doing a podcast with Anna Faris. How did that happen?
Just I know the producer, and they just needed like someone to come in and ask a settled question, and I started talking about where I'm at these days. I'm like looking for casual consistency, which is I don't want anything serious, long term. But I'm also human. I like connection, and I like to like do shit with someone.
Did you feel like being in Norway, it was kind of like sucking your soul a little bit?
It just takes over. You know what I mean? It's just like...
I'm just going to move that mic a little closer to your mouth.
Here?
Yeah, it's fine.
Better?
Yeah, it's cool.
Do you want any?
Yeah, dude, why not? Wake and bake?
Yeah, why not? I came straight from Venice. It's like whenever I hang out in Venice, I feel like I need to be smoking throughout the whole period I'm in Venice. I just love it there.
You staying with a girl out there?
I was staying with a chick from yesterday, yeah. It was real
lucky
fun.
her.
Lucky her, yeah, indeed. She's chilling too. She's super cool. She's like a skater chick living in Venice.
How long you been out here?
9 years.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I guess I never asked you that.
It's been a minute. I moved here when I was 20 and went to London for 2 years in between. Just like got an opportunity to work as Sherlock Holmes. I booked a role as Sherlock Holmes at a theater.
Oh, nice, dude.
So it was like playing Sherlock Holmes around the UK.
Are you more interested in theater, or is it like whatever comes your way, you're in for?
Right now, it's anything that pays, you know?
I love that.
Yeah, it's basically anything that pays, even to a point of like, if I'm uncomfortable with it, I'll be like, you want to pay me $5,000 to do that?
No adult films yet?
No, not yet. No, not yet.
At least
this close though.
You're not getting paid for those yet.
No, that's the thing, yeah. I haven't released them yet. Yeah. There's no interest yet.
I mean, that's the secret, dude. If you can have a banging sex tape, that could blow you up.
Solid.
For some girls, that makes their
solid
career.
work right there, yeah.
Any of the Kardashians will say so.
I had a chick once ask me if I wanted to be on her OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah?
She was like, I have an OnlyFans. I make a ton of money. And I was like, I don't want to show my face. Sure. She was like, you can be like POV.
Ski mask.
Basically, yeah. But just like keep the camera here all the time.
Sure.
I was like, yeah, great. And she was like, I'll pay you $1,000.
Ooh.
I was like, we're already sleeping together.
Did you do it?
Like, no, I didn't.
Oh, wow.
I got like super specific tattoos on my thighs.
So do I.
And yeah.
I've thought about the same thing.
Yeah. And when I look back at it, I'm a little like, oh, maybe I should have just done it.
Honestly, like for real though, like I have so many distinguishable tattoos.
Yeah.
I honestly don't care. And I don't think most people care anymore if you do a little bit of that.
I don't think though either. No.
And unless you're trying to work at some fucking shitty company that drug tests you just to be in the company, you know?
Right.
I don't think anyone will give a fuck what you do outside of.
I don't either, but I'm also in a business where, let's say I suddenly were to book something like a Marvel thing.
Your reputation matters.
They're done. Yeah. You don't get to be Iron Man if you have... Well, that's a horrible example because Robert Downey Jr. has a bit of a past.
Right, he's a cokehead.
Yeah, full on.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Coming up, it's
I think it's just changing. It's changing with all that shit.
I think so too, yeah. It's definitely better now and it's easier to do that kind of shit. But overall, it's like... My mentality has always just been, I don't want to be 80 and look back and think, I wish I did that.
Yeah.
And it's to the smallest things like,
same.
I wish I kissed that girl, or I wish I went to that party, or I wish I just studied more. Like it goes both ways, right? But it's just, I don't want to ever limit myself. So when I said no to it, there was like an innate part of me. I was like, what am I saying no to here?
Yeah.
Come on, you got to live life.
Dude, that grand could have gotten you far.
Could have gotten me far.
You could have went to the horse track.
I could have been living in Long Beach by now.
No, don't live in Long Beach. No, I agree, dude. I've also made like, I have this like, it's not a sex podcast, but we talk about sex occasionally. And then I have like these shirts that are sexual. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Honestly, like if I just went the full gamut and just started doing porn, I think that would just round out the character.
Yeah, for sure.
The character arc.
Yeah, for sure. It's the last piece of the puzzle
right.
to really see the full picture.
Yeah. I got the stash.
Yeah, you got the stash. You got the tattoos.
What else do I need?
Yeah, you got it. Everything. There's one part I don't know if you have, but you have to have that as well.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Well, the AI is so good we can like CGI anything these days. You know.
That's a wild thing. Yeah, anyone can be a porn star now because of AI.
Right. Well, the crazy thing about porn stars, like especially for men, like they have to. At least what I've heard, they have to be able to come on command, dude.
Yeah.
I couldn't do
Full
that.
On.
On command?
No way, mate.
That's
I just
like,
learned how to not come when I feel like coming, you know? Like
it's like freaking nature shit.
Yeah, for sure. It really is. But it's the same with some, like I have certain friends that can fuck, come, keep fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Not even with a break. You know what I mean? And they can do that until they come 4, 5, 6 times.
Yeah.
And in my head,
that's wild.
And that's my best friend back home. And so I grew up thinking that was the way it's done.
Good for him, dude.
Good for him, right?
Girls must like him.
They do, until they don't. Until they're like, that's enough, okay?
Until they start itching the next day.
3 hours, mate. You've come 8 times. Can we fucking call it? You know what I mean? It's nice to have an ending as well, you know?
Yeah. I know. And even like, dude, you need a massive cock to actually like get anywhere as a dude. And they don't get paid that much as a guy either.
They don't.
Like the women get all the money.
I saw a guy at a cafe right by me in Los Feliz. If you're watching this, you know.
He's
definitely watching it. He was just sitting there and it tripped me out. I'll have those moments where I'm just like, I'm almost more fascinated by what you're going to do today than if you were like a famous actor.
Yeah.
What's your day? Are you going to work later? Do you have a routine
it's probably
today?
a lot grosser than you think, dude.
I think so too, yeah.
You know?
It's probably like, I know it's not as glamorous.
No.
For sure. I never really thought it was.
I imagine, I mean, you probably have to get to a certain like rank.
Yeah.
You know, like the A-list of porn stars where you are like really picking the people you want to be with.
Yeah.
But if you're like a C-list, a porn male star.
Van. You know, you're in a van every time.
The bang bus.
Yeah.
And like, but girls you're just meeting at the moment, you know?
Yeah, there's no like
warm up.
There's no conversation.
No fluffer.
There's no fluffer. There's no should we just go and get a coffee?
Yeah, there's no budget.
20 minutes. Can I know where you're from? I mean, none of that. It's so cold.
Yeah, you definitely need a real sleazy kind of brain.
Yeah, you do. Where you need to shut it off.
Yeah.
You need to be able to just be like, I'm just going to work.
Right.
This is just my job.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. Maybe they see themselves as athletes, you know. It's like I need a routine before I perform, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You could easily be that.
In Norway, did they have like, was it more like sex positive in Norway? Or how you feel like LA is more, I don't know, forward? I don't know anything about like where you're from, dude.
Norway is just like everyone.
Yeah.
Sleeps with everyone.
Oh, yeah?
Like it's just every single weekend, someone is sleeping together.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's very sexual in that sense. But it's not personal.
Yeah.
It's like
they can separate the act
like
from the
growing up in
emotions.
Norway, the coolest thing you could do, which is guys in general, to like have game. But like the guys that had slept with the most girls, they weren't just they were like the jocks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like holy, you know?
Right.
It's sacrilegious, you know?
It's that Viking mentality.
It kind of is, it's primal.
Yeah.
Like that guy gets to reproduce the most.
Right.
Is what my subconscious is thinking.
I mean, yeah, that's just the monkey brain in us, dude.
It is.
Yeah.
It's primitive as fuck. It's just simple shit.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's why, isn't that why blonde people like exist? Is just fucking Vikings.
Spreading us?
Spreading.
Really?
I think so.
That makes sense,
I don't think blonde hair is native. Like
it's like not natural
I don't think
around the world.
Yeah. I could be wrong.
They must have been
Dude,
been
that's
working.
That's a scary time to be up though.
That's the
scary. Where you probably only lived at 25.
What time would you least want to live in? Like what's the era where it was just the toughest? Even the people that were rich, life was kind of shit.
Yeah. You know, that's tough because it also matters where you are.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there were tribes in like Africa, like you lived a long time because you were eating healthy. You fucking knew what you were eating, killing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if you were in like 1700s London breathing and just smoking shit, like probably reeked.
Yeah. And there weren't like before guns.
No one's washing
like the way you were
dick.
killing was with knives, with blades. You know?
If you got a cut, you're dead. Like if you like,
that's the worst time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you brush by like a thorn bush, thorn bush and you just got an infection and die.
Yeah. And slow death.
Yeah.
Not fucking, not, oh, he just died.
And it's so stupid. Like people who are like anti-vaccine and shit. Like, dude,
it's a strange.
You're only here because your parents and their parents got these vaccines and stuff, dude.
You're here because of the medicine that has been invented, But the trippiest thing for me is that this isn't a discussion anywhere else than in the US.
I know.
When I go home, I'm like, my grandma is like, she's had her 5th vaccine, and even I am a little bit like, it's probably enough now. By now you could probably take it, but
dude, we have some of the smartest people in the world and some of the dumbest people in the world.
You guys are the specter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you guys have the worst and the best.
Right.
So like when I talk to Americans about being here, and sometimes I get just shocked at how certain things are. Like the fact that you haven't figured out healthcare.
Sure.
It's so almost like banal to talk about it.
It's honestly depressing.
It's the most fucked up thing if you think about it. It's such a human right.
Do you still have like Norway citizenship?
Yeah.
So if you got sick, you could just go to Norway.
Anything I do, whenever I go home twice a year.
Go to the doctor.
I do everything.
Yeah, that's smart.
I do blood work. Wow. I do like an MRI of my knees and shoulders just to make sure that the ligaments aren't getting thin. It's like, I do all that shit.
Dude, my health insurance left California last month. I have no health insurance right now. So if I got hit by a car, I'd be fucked.
Yeah, literally.
If that happened and I got like $1 million bill, I would move to Europe. I just would defect.
Yeah.
I would never come back.
It's crazy because that's reality, right?
Yeah.
But in my world or in my head, that doesn't even compute.
Yeah.
Because I've born with, just the fact that I'm born with that makes me extremely privileged. Does that make sense? Like that in itself. And the fact that I get to go to school for free.
Yeah.
To educate myself for free.
Do you have to pay anything?
Nothing.
Wow.
You got to pay like
for
your books and shit. You can do that. It's pretty doable. It's wild.
It's so fucked up. I mean, that's becoming one of the reasons why like everything is just coming to a head in this country.
Yeah.
Of like the people not even be able to afford rent.
Right.
Even though they have like sometimes multiple degrees in something.
Which is crazy,
insane.
Right? And like the friends of mine in New York that live in New York that are artists, be it painters or musicians or whatever, actors, they are moving away from New York because there's no room for them anymore.
Right.
There is no studio to even $2,000 anymore. And so New York is pushing away their artists, their creatives.
Right.
And that makes me dislike the city from a moral standpoint. I'm like, you need these people. You cannot drive them away. Because if you drive them away, this place will become the dullest fucking place on earth, yeah? It'll become a suburban place.
Yeah, dude.
Where everyone does the same shit.
Yeah, where you have to be a tech bro to live in this town.
You're all the same. Like when I go to San Francisco, like I love the city.
Yeah.
But everyone is wearing Hoka shoes and Patagonia fleece and has a tote bag and go to the farmer's market.
Yeah.
And they're probably happy as fuck. And they got
because they're millionaires.
Money, yeah. Exactly. And they got great apartments and they live in a cool city. And there's nothing against them, you know. I also realize we need them, right? We need people like that.
But we need artists, dude. And if there's no viable way for them, I mean, I came here because this is where all the artists are.
Yeah.
And we're in there, everyone's just paycheck to paycheck.
It's the coolest shit.
Yeah.
And every day I'm introduced and exposed to a lifestyle that I haven't even considered.
Yeah.
Well, I meet someone and I'll see, and I'm like, oh, that's your kids? And you drive that car and you live in this area, yet you do this and look like that? There's just no rules.
Yeah.
And I need a society or an area that's like eclectic.
Sure.
That's influenced by all over the place. So like, oh, you do it that way?
It's exciting here, man.
Fuck yeah. Like, I don't want to do it that way, but maybe I'll take some of it and introduce to my life.
Sure.
Right?
I mean, that's the beauty of a city. And that's why there's so many fucking racists in this country is that they just live in the middle of nowhere and they aren't exposed to anyone who's different.
And they're all the same.
They're all the same people.
Yeah. You're never challenged.
Yeah.
It's I heard someone say, don't marry your ideas or your thoughts, because when someone criticizes them, you'll feel like you're being criticized because now you identify with your opinions.
Yeah.
And if you don't identify, someone disagreeing will just be like, oh, okay, well, we just disagree.
Right.
But
and it used to be like that, where like now, at least in this country, it's like so like people are so charged politically, and it's like if you like, you know, espouse some specific, you know, idea and it hits some political angle, you can like piss off however many people because they just can't, because their beliefs are so ingrained in who their personality is.
Yeah,
for some
100%. And it's causing either everyone to be overly cautious, which is like the worst.
Yeah.
And it makes me respect the people that aren't even more. Like a podcaster or a person of fame that expresses an opinion.
Yeah.
That I don't care if I agree or not, but just like you're not trying to play both sides.
Sure.
I hate that shit.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like I can't trust you. It's like a person with no vice.
Yeah.
If I meet someone and they don't have a vice, be it sugar or working out or sex or drugs or partying or whatever, if you just don't have a vice,
don't have any drink,
like there's something going on.
Sure.
You gotta have an outlet.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. But there's definitely some people who just have problems, you know.
For sure.
You know, I mean, and then it goes to, can I trust you?
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah.
If you can't have one drink,
you
know, like what do you turn into after so many drinks?
Yeah. You got some shit you need to figure out.
Yeah. And I imagine Norwegians don't want to drink.
Heavy.
Yeah. Heavy, dude.
But it's almost,
what else is there to do all winter?
Right, exactly. But it almost, in my world, it almost becomes not sad, but it almost becomes like you're living to drink.
Yeah.
You're living for Friday when work is over, 2 days of just heavy drinking.
Sure.
Spending Sunday hungover and then just dreading Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
It's fun, but it's fun when you can have a little bit more balance the whole week.
Yeah.
Monday isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Like Monday for me is pretty all right.
Do you not get hangovers, or do you?
I do, but that's Sunday.
Yeah, that's Sunday.
You know what I mean?
You time it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't have plans on Sundays.
Right.
I get up when I want to. If I went to bed at 7 a.m., whatever 8 hours after 7 a.m. is when I'm going to get up, right?
Right.
And I'll go get a coffee and smoke a joint and listen to music all day.
That's awesome.
And then I'll pass the fuck out at like 10 p.m.
Do you feel like you don't have this... I was talking about this with some guests, that I have this... I think it's this American like capitalist brain where I have to be doing something that will either be outputting a product or something that will influence my ability to make money.
Yeah.
Like all the time. It's always kind of revving. Like when I'm relaxing, there's something in the back of my head that's always like, what could you be doing that could actually be benefiting your career? Or not. Like when I play video games, sometimes I get guilty. Like in the middle, like I'm playing, like I'm shooting like a fucking zombie. And I'm like, should I be doing this right now? You know, maybe that's just growing up. But
no, I totally get that.
Do you feel like that?
I do feel like that for sure. Yeah, but not to your point. I think you feel it a lot more, and I think it's visible in the sense that you do a lot more than I do. You have your clothing line. You go to flea markets all the time. You have you're in a band. You live by yourself. You have a dog. You do shit.
Yeah,
you kind of need to, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the funny thing. It's like I'm lucky. Like this tea thing is kind of taken off for me. Like through the week, like I spend like maybe an hour or two like printing stuff like every day or something, and then it's like I don't really have to do anything else.
That's decent. Yeah.
I kind of feel like a kid again a little bit.
That's fucking awesome.
You know?
Isn't that the fucking goal though?
Yeah, right.
Get back to those feelings.
Yeah.
Shit was great back then, man.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I know. I was just reminiscing with a buddy of mine, like you know the game franchise Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like did you play a lot of that as a kid?
Oh yeah.
Like COD 4, like World at War, like Modern Warfare 2.
Modern Warfare 2.
And I was like, I don't know, maybe 13?
Yeah.
13-ish. And like, you really don't have any responsibilities in middle school other than doing your fucking homework and not
even
failing.
Wasn't even doing them. So.
Well, here you are, dude.
Whatever.
In fucking LA. And, but it's the same thing of like, where you could just go home after you get what you had to do done and just waste your time.
Yeah. There's nothing else to do. I might have practice at some point.
Yeah, right.
You know, I might go see some friends, but not doing anything today.
Yeah.
Never.
You're not married.
No, definitely not married. No. Thinking a lot about girls though at that time.
Yeah. Is marriage a big thing in Norway, you feel like? Or
most people do. My best friend just got engaged, which was a big deal. Like, it's a different life.
It's same thing in the Midwest too.
Life.
In the Midwest, like Chicago is like, if you aren't getting married by like 30, people start like asking questions or something. I'm going to a wedding for my buddy next month.
Fuck yeah. And it's a party.
It's a party. I love weddings.
After the
weddings are great.
Ceremony part, it's a party, you know?
No, I love weddings. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's, that's a big boy leap.
It's a life change. Yeah. It really is. But it's still not as big of a change as having a kid.
Oh, yeah.
And it seems almost easier for people to do that around my parts than to get married almost, you know? Like they're the same almost.
Like one before the other doesn't matter?
Almost.
Yeah.
Like it's just like both are significant. But in my head it's like, yeah, but you can always get divorced. You know? You know, you can't. Right.
Things can always fall
apart. The baby's going to be around.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a little, okay.
I would never do this if like this ever happened, but like back before like cell phones, internet, you could literally just move to the next town if you if you impregnated someone. Yeah. And no one would ever know.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy.
And,
and people do that shit.
People still do it. And but back then it was like, yeah, I gotta go get some milk. I'll be right back. And then you're gone.
Just didn't come back.
Never came back.
No.
Savagery.
Now imagine the guy that did that and then your kid was like Ashton Kutcher.
Oh yeah. You couldn't go back.
And you're just like, because you don't know what your kid looks like.
Right. Yeah.
Because you left when he was what, 9 months?
Sure.
So you're like, I fucking look like that guy that's so fucking famous. Right. I feel like that, could that be it? You go check, you figure out who the mom is because she's probably in online at least. And that's when you fucked up.
Yeah.
And you come crawling back like Drake's dad.
But it was you leaving that probably made him who he became.
Yeah. Now that's a fucking gaslighter right there. You know what I mean? Like that's a guy that fucking knows how to manipulate a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you owe me. You wouldn't have any of this shit without me, mate.
Yeah, you start.
That's a vicious guy right there.
You start sending emails. Yeah. No, but like, I mean, it's
sending invoices.
Like, it's like those little things that as you grow up that harden you or make you more independent, that turn you into a man.
100%.
You know,
I think my dad left when I was 9 months. Just took off.
Your dad did?
Yeah, but I had a relationship with him, kind of, but wouldn't see him more than like a couple times a year, you know? And then a little bit more. And then when I got older, I was like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
I don't get why I have to be here. But it fucked me up for a long time.
Did he like show interest in you?
Yeah, you know, later I realized he's actually had a really tough childhood. So now that I'm older, I'm like, he just didn't know what love was.
Yeah.
Understand that now. Yeah. He made the wrong choice by just fucking off and escaping.
Sure.
But he just didn't know what to do. He was like 24. He just had a kid.
That's a lot of stress.
Yeah, he didn't know. And back then as well, it's a different time. This is 93. You know, it's a different world in many ways. I think he just took the easy way out.
He snapped a little bit. Yeah.
I can't do this.
And then how do you come back from that?
You don't really.
Yeah.
You just don't. Like if he really showed interest now, then maybe. But he's just that way. He's cold. You won't get into him. The moment he gets a little emotional,
cuts off.
It's out of there. He just like you just see it happens. It's like he just becomes robot.
Yeah.
You're like, where did you go?
There's a lot of men some men who didn't even have like bad childhoods necessarily, but just can't deal with their emotions.
They can't.
Yeah.
And you know, that's why I've introduced Molly to a couple of my friends in Norway that struggle with emotions like that. They don't know it.
Yeah.
But I'll be like, can you guys just trust me that Molly is not fucking heroin, guys?
Yeah.
I know you work in a bank, but like, can you be a little cool? You know what I mean? We'll do Molly and then they'll just feel something they haven't felt before. They'll feel real joy, even if it's temporary.
Yeah.
But what happens is that it sparks inspiration. It sparks, can I feel like that more often? Can I feel like this without the drug? I didn't even know that. Oh, wow. And now they start putting in a little bit of work.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I do need to be better at this. Maybe I do need to take time off. Or like you said, you're so busy. You also got to realize that you're going to be better if you rest.
Totally.
Like athletes rest.
Yeah.
Because they understand they have to so they can perform even higher when they are supposed to perform.
Well, this country is just like people almost live to work more than work to live, you know? And again, it comes down to you need to make money to hit your rent at the end of the month.
Yeah.
But especially if a fucking kid and a kid's gonna rack up the bills, bro.
If a kid came to me now, back to Norway immediately, mate. Yeah. Healthcare quickly, you know?
Right. Oh yeah.
Fuck.
But it's like, yeah, man, like vacations are a must. As just being a worked to death human in modern society.
Yeah.
You need to take time off.
You have to. And don't take time off doing shit you don't want to do.
Sure.
That's the problem, right?
Especially when you have a wife.
Yeah, you get a week off and you're going to, her and her friends are going to a vineyard.
Yeah, let's go.
And you have to go now. That's not a break. That's work again. Yeah. That's not vacation.
Yeah, you got to put on this facade with her fucking friends.
No way, mate.
Yeah.
And the thing is that I know how important it would be for me to do me there, that I would just be like, well, I got to go for a walk by myself.
Yeah.
This morning.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, are you not coming to outdoor yoga? I'd be like, no, I need some time to myself. Like, I don't give a fuck if you get it or not. For everyone's sake, I need to go for a walk by myself and listen to some hip hop and maybe smoke a joint and just like write a bit and meditate and like reset and like get back into me a bit.
There's some guys that are very, like, they intertwine their entire life with their women.
Yeah.
And they don't, all their time off from work, they want to spend with their girl. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But I think there's a real importance in just you time, you know,
sure.
To you doing shit that won't influence her life and will distract you from the harsh reality.
Yeah.
You know,
individuality. Like every time
develop a hobby, you know.
Yeah. Just anything, man.
Some people don't have any hobbies.
No.
None.
But they don't even go to try anything either.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Because they're afraid to either spend money on it or suck at it.
Yeah, it's probably the latter, honestly. But it's like every time I've met you at the farmer's market or the flea market, I'm by myself.
Right.
You know, because it's Sunday or Saturday and I'm just like, I need my time now. I probably was hanging out with someone. And then I was like, what are you doing today? She's like, nothing. And I was like, well, I'm going to the flea market by myself.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
No, it's awesome.
But it's important to me. You can chill at my place if you want to in the meantime.
Yeah.
It's nothing personal. But I need to reset, you know?
There's always some gal hanging out in your apartment.
Always just someone. There's always someone at home.
Yeah.
You come back from the flea market like, oh, fuck, I forgot, who's at home?
What's her name?
No. It's definitely not that.
Well, that's the funny thing. It's like I see couples at like the markets that I do, and like the girl's like, honey, come look at this dress. And the guy's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like he has that same mentality, but he's with this girl though.
Yeah.
He's like, I wish I was by myself right now. You know, it's fun. It's sad seeing those situations, but I see them all the time.
Do you meet a lot of, because you get every single aspect of LA people.
I see everyone.
Yeah, you really do.
I meet celebrities. I meet.
Oh, interesting.
I meet broke children. You know? Like the entire spectrum of people.
Yeah.
And some of my favorite musicians have come through my booth, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that weird?
Which market? Venice?
All of them.
Really?
Silver Lake, Los Feliz.
Sick. Are you going to Los Feliz tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go tomorrow.
Yeah, come through.
There's a, that's where I live. I didn't know that there was a flea market
I'm
there.
looking at a place up there at 5 today.
Oh, really?
And then one in, somewhere else near there.
Okay.
Right before that.
Los Feliz is the shit.
I know, dude.
I love Los Feliz.
Yeah.
That's my spot for sure.
I know, it's sad. Like I love my little bungalow here, but it's like, you know, you need to make changes in life, and some people are afraid to pivot. I've never really been afraid to change it up.
You don't strike me as the guy that's afraid of that
at all. The only thing is gonna be suck tearing this place apart, but
it is what it is.
It's what
you just gotta deal with it. You just gotta do it.
If anything else, just find shit and realize I can sell this.
Yeah. Again, yeah. You just have to have a good mentality, but you have to. When I do shit like that, I gotta do it with a intention. I can't just like
half-ass it.
Yeah, I gotta like, okay, listen, let's like have a workout or a fucking stretch and have some water and some food, smoke a little bit, play perfect music.
Yeah.
and then let's work for a few hours.
Yeah.
Like, let's get it done, you know? Mm-hmm. I hate wasting time.
It seems like you operate pretty well with the joint, huh? Do you smoke often?
I smoke usually only weekends.
Okay.
I used to smoke every day for like 9 years. And then maybe half a year ago, I was like, I got to go a month without.
Yeah.
Just to see.
You really get rid of a lot of brain fog.
Yeah, you do. But you also get rid of these, like, I'm way more productive in the evening. I'll catch myself writing a bit at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
If I'm high at 10 p.m., I'm watching chimpanzees. Do you know what I mean? Like,
God,
it's easy
awesome,
to get. It's the best.
I know. I'm the same way, though. It's like once I get high, like, nothing's getting done.
No.
Nothing important is going to get done.
No, nothing important, but I can enjoy myself.
Right.
I can go to flea markets and I can sit and have good conversation and go to cafes and read.
Yeah.
I can do all that shit.
I like being
can't work.
I do like being alone when I'm high too.
Yeah, same.
Like when you're with other people, I don't know. It's specific situations. Like this isn't work to me. This is just hanging the fuck out.
Easy.
There just happen to be microphones in front of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I had like something I really had to be doing in a couple hours, I'm probably not going to light up that joint.
No way.
Yeah.
Absolutely no way. No. I just think for me, it helps me. I have so much fucking conditioned shit in my brain.
Yeah.
From growing up in Norway and from growing up quite insecure and just like random shit.
Mm-hmm.
So when I smoke, all those walls just go a little bit down and I gain access to a more confident, less worried about being judged version of myself.
Sure.
So when I hang out with people, sometimes it can be nice to just have a puff. If I smoked a full joint right now, I wouldn't be making sense.
No.
I had 2 puffs, you know?
Yeah, same.
And right after the second puff, I was like, I probably could have done with 1 puff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. No, I agree. I don't have a crazy tolerance either.
No, not at all.
So, it saves me money. You know,
Sure,
I like nurse a single joint over a whole week now. It's like, if not more.
Same, easy.
You know,
it's just a couple of puffs.
Yeah.
Like when I walk around at flea markets, it's 1 puff before I go in. Like my mentality is I can always smoke more. Yeah. I can't smoke less. Same with drinking. Like I'll do a shot and a drink now, and then I'll see how that settles.
Sure.
I'm a pro now, you know. I'm not an amateur anymore.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna get fucked up.
Right.
I'm still gonna be the one inside of this bar that's probably like top 5% fucked up, most likely.
Yeah, you're always in that top 5.
It's always in that top 5. Like,
have you ever blacked out?
No, not really.
I've never blacked out.
No, not really.
It's for the best.
Thank God, mate. I probably wouldn't be drinking then. Well, the friends of mine that black out, they do dumb shit.
Oh, like, yeah. How could you not?
Break glass and shit. I'm like, yo.
Your brain's not.
You're not there.
You're not operating.
No, you're not there.
Yeah.
It's scary.
You're like one of those zombies in Last of Us, dude. You're just like moving through space.
Yeah. Terrifying. Yeah. You don't know what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last thing I want to do is wake up the next day. Granted, I've had like memories that are not there.
Yeah.
You know, not a full on blackout.
Oh, for sure.
But like,
I rarely remember much, you know. But I'm conscious when it's happening.
Even when you're sober, you barely remember what happened last night.
Yeah.
But there's just moments that are like I've been with people who, like particularly through college.
Yeah.
Which is when everyone really drinks to excess.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you can actually like wake up the next day and not be hungover. It's like there's no repercussions.
Exactly.
Almost.
Because now you're used to it. Yeah.
And
but do you get hungover?
Yeah, I do. No.
Yeah.
It kind of messes with my mornings.
Yeah. It can fuck up my whole day.
Yeah.
I have like a routine where I usually drink whatever the fuck I want until like 12:30.
Oh yeah.
And then at 12:30 I stop drinking. And then I just start drinking water like a maniac. Every time I go to the bar, it's chugging 1 or 2 and then having 1. And I hit the joint. Because when you're really drunk and you barely touch the joint, it just like, it's like, whoa, I'm fucked up right now. But I'm not drinking, right?
Dude, I want to just, so I have these bad advice things where people like asking. There's this one guy who has a question that kind of pertains to what we're talking to, so I'm just going to read it.
Yeah, please.
So I turned 21 today. What is some advice you could give me on alcohol and how to handle it responsibly? Also, what are some of your favorite drinks? I love an old fashioned, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a gin tonic kind of guy.
Oh, yeah?
Every time.
Every time?
Yeah. Just always. Love it. Or if it's real warm, I can do an Aperol Spritz and not care and be shameless about it.
Yeah. Gin is not exactly my cup of tea, dude.
No.
I don't know
You're
why.
more whiskey?
I am a whiskey guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could just sip on whiskey.
Yeah.
And I'm happy, dude.
Yeah.
Like everything else, I'm kind of.
It's a different vibe. It's like I don't do that at all. I wouldn't sip on gin either. You know.
I think it's the Irish in me, though.
For sure.
You know, there's something in my genes.
It just speaks to you. Yeah. It scratches an itch.
Like there's an ancestor who's like smiling, like looking down at me. You know.
It's like beer to me. Like mead.
Mead.
Yeah, mead.
I've never had mead.
Yeah, it's like drinking food, mate.
Is it thick?
It's just like.
What's the difference between
it's so
like beer?
Like dark, you know? It's like mud water, but it's thicker.
What goes in it? Do you know?
No idea.
You don't know?
No idea. No.
Did you ever play Skyrim?
No, I didn't. No.
There's a lot of meat in that game.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's I also have no shame when I order things. Like I'll go on a first date.
Yeah.
And if I want a hard kombucha, I'll get a hard kombucha.
Yeah.
And
I like a fruity drink every once in a while.
I mean,
I'm not a pussy.
Imagine living. Yeah. Right. Like imagine living your life like. I'd love a White Claw, but because it's a White Claw and it's stigmatized a little bit, I'm going to get a gin tonic.
Dude, I don't give a fuck.
Fuck would I have that if I don't want it?
Even the Bud Light situation, like, dude, it's fucking alcohol. Grow the fuck up.
Just have a drink.
It's a drink.
Yeah, just have what you want, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's have that as like a prerequisite before we meet. You do you, I'll do me. If we get along, great. You know what I mean?
And then it's all owned by two fucking companies, you know?
I had a friend the other day that said the same thing. He was like, fuck Coca-Cola, and he was drinking Sprite, and I was like,
it's a Coke.
How dumb are you, mate?
Yeah.
How dumb are you, mate? It says Coca-Cola on the back.
And I know
it's an Uber driver.
Yeah. Why was he saying fuck Coca-Cola?
He was very strange. He started the conversation off by kind of blaming Ukraine for Russia invading Ukraine.
Okay.
And I was like,
because like Coca-Cola didn't pull their drinks out of Russia?
Something like that, yeah, exactly. But he was like more on a Russian side. He was like, yeah, Ukraine are so dumb. I was like, what? It's like, yeah, they're like teasing Russia, saying they'll be part of NATO. And I'm like, but can't they if they want to? Like, they're a country. Like,
dude, I just sat down.
Like, yo, man, like I haven't had a second to wake up. Like, do you mind? Can I just give me the aux cord, please?
You should have said you're Ukrainian.
I should have just started thick accent.
Right.
I had 2 massive compliments on Saturday. And they might not be compliments to other people, but I took an Uber to the pregame I was going to. And when I got there, the Uber driver's like, hey, I'm sorry to ask you, but can you send me that playlist? And I was like, oh.
Maybe he's trying to get your number.
Maybe it was. You got it. Yeah. I bet. I was like, it was like a bait, cool, you know?
That's kind of nice.
That's like the biggest compliment you can give me, you know?
For sure.
And then another guy came up to me. I don't know why I think it's a compliment, but another guy came up to me, asked if I was Jamaican. I was like, are you blind, mate? Like, what part of me is Jamaican?
I would imagine there's some white Jamaicans.
Maybe.
Just being born there, but
I took it like such a compliment.
But a very odd
wow, strange
thing to approach you.
Yeah. Yeah, just come out of nowhere.
Yeah. People are weird, dude.
People are strange.
We're a weird species.
Yeah.
I love humans and I hate humans. You know? We're such an amazing just organism, but we just destroy everything we come in contact with.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Like the reality of how many like animals are suffering.
But we make music.
Exactly. We make movies.
And we're exploring space.
Yeah. It's the shit. Yeah.
You know, but it's so sad. Like there's
again, it's the every side of the spectrum, right? It's the worst kind of people and the best kind of people.
The greediest people in the world, and then there's the most giving, unselfish people in the world. Yeah. And they all live in LA.
And they all live in LA, which is why you live here, because you want to meet all of them a little bit, and then you'll figure out, ooh, this is a fun thing. Like, I've had moments where I've been dating a girl, and I think it's lasted longer because she's introduced me to a world I haven't been in before.
Sure.
She's like a heavy rocker.
Yeah.
Or she's like really into improv or whatever, you know? And now you're like hanging out with these like improv people and they're just, if you smoke a little bit and hang out with them, it's like constant entertaining. They're so fucking funny.
Those
it's
are
like hanging out with Will Ferrell, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, fuck, I like her still, but not that much anymore. But kind of want to hang out here for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
This is the shit.
Well, that's kind of a sad thing about relationships. Once you're in a relationship, leaving it and staying friends or friendly, is tough.
For sure, it's tough.
It rarely works out,
Yeah. When I was my previous relationship, I realized I can only meet people now that are guys in many ways.
Yeah.
Like half the population, I'm kind of unable to like approach and hang out with, even if it's just friendly.
Yeah.
But I wanted to kind of discredit that theory a bit. So it's like I went out with a friend, like we'd done a play together and she was super cool. And I asked her if she wanted to grab a drink one evening as friends. And my girlfriend at the time didn't love it. And I was just like, what do you mean? Like, what's the problem? And she just used the perfect example back at me. She was like, how would you feel if I went for a drink last night with my personal trainer? I was like, yeah, probably would feel some type of way.
I was just talking about this with my last guest of that when two straight, single, I don't know, it doesn't even have to be single. Like there's just always going to be a tension of sexuality just because
something
we're young humans.
Yeah.
And if you have a fucking libido, that's always going to be in your brain.
Yeah.
If you really like someone and you're spending time together.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's but if you make it known, it's like I don't want to fuck you.
Yeah.
I just want to be friends.
Yeah. I mean, she had a boyfriend as well. I had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I wanted to just I'm fucking here to shatter stereotypes, you know what I mean? Like I don't want a preconceived idea of what this is going to become.
There's always going to be jealousy too in a relationship of not owning your partner, but being cognizant of who they're interacting with.
Sure. And then you have all the trauma that comes from having been cheated on, right?
Sure, yeah.
So now there's no trust really.
Yeah.
There's always a little bit because that's the worst. Like I have friends that cheated and sometimes they talk about it so blasé and I'm like, there's a mental aspect here of her.
Yeah.
Going to struggle seriously later.
Sure.
In life.
Yeah.
With relationships. And they're just like, nah. It's like, wow, you just don't give a fuck, do you? or do you not get it? I don't know what's worse. But
Yeah. I know. Well, yeah. Also, too, it's like, are humans supposed to be monogamous? Is that, we've been doing it forever.
Yeah.
Not forever, but some humans just don't have that part of their brain activated. Maybe that is a childhood trauma that instigated that.
Sure.
But yeah, some people just want, like, goes back to like some of these male porn stars. They just want to fuck anyone that moves.
Yeah. I mean, I think genuinely that as long as you're aware of it yourself and you're honest about it, you'll find people that relate.
Yeah.
That wants to do the same shit.
Yeah.
But don't tell girls, yeah, I'm into this and whatever, if you have no plan of staying around.
Yeah.
If you're going on a 6th date with someone for the 4th week of hanging out and she's probably into you now and you guys haven't talked about it, she probably thinks this is going somewhere.
Yeah, 6 dates is deep.
Yeah, like if your intention is still just to fuck, you should raise that. Probably date 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Probably even before date 1 in my case. Because I don't want to waste my time either. Like I don't want to go and spend $80 at a bar with a chick and have a good night for her to be like, I'm looking for the one.
Yeah.
I'll be like, that's cool. Like I'm nothing against that, but that's not where I'm at. So that's not going to happen.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. LA too. It's like people are always climbing ladder ranks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like any chance, I mean, I hope some people have morals and dignity, but like any chance that you can climb that rung of that ladder by, should I date this guy with 100,000 followers, or should I keep dating someone who has, 500 followers, something that will further your career and the reason you're out here, that there's a lot of people that might balk at that decision,
For sure. And I used to live thinking that would be the worst thing if I met a cool chick and she would ditch me for someone else that was like in her world better or would take her further.
Sure.
But few years back, I was like, well, if that's the case, I wouldn't want to be with her anyways. If that's the way she is.
Yeah.
Then fuck that.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank God you showed that side of you. Because I don't want to be with you anyways,
she showed
right?
her colors for sure.
Yeah, and that's a bummer. Like, the more confident and the older I get, the more I realize that we're on both of our time. It's not just me trying to convince you that I'm cool enough so we can fucking hang out.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to be cool too.
I know this.
We're on my time too.
I know this guy who. I mean, I don't know all the details of why they broke up or the relationship, but broke up with this amazing woman. Like, she's such a badass like actress, and but she doesn't have like a ton of followers or anything. And he's dating like this new girl, like a month or two later, and she has like 1 million followers. And it's impossible to not see that difference.
Yeah.
And assume that influenced the breakup, or if
how long after?
It felt like very quickly after.
Yeah. A couple of weeks later.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, like I'm not deep in their business, but I noticed it, and that's something.
Yeah. If anything, maybe it plays a part to why you got to move on quick, right?
Right. Yeah.
But it's a different lifestyle. Like I have friends that have 20, 30,000 followers, and they get so much shit for free because they post shit. It's simple.
Yeah.
It's like they get to eat places if they post a story that they're there because they got 20,000 followers. They get free shipments of food because they post.
Isn't that fucked up? The more money you have, the more free shit you get.
J. Cole said that. He said the most fucked up thing about becoming rich and famous is the fact that when I was younger, I had no money and I had to pay for everything. And now I got so much money and I don't pay for shit.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I drive a Porsche pays me to drive a Porsche.
Sure.
You know? And Erewhon pays me to go get groceries from there. Like, and clothes, and Jordan pays me to wear his shoes.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. If he doesn't pay me, he gives them my shoes at least, you know what I mean?
I know.
It's crazy.
I just watched this documentary about Nike when they first made it's called Air.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, it's a movie, not a documentary.
Oh, yeah. Not a documentary.
Like Ben Affleck,
like
Matt
Jason
Damon,
Bateman's I watched it. I watched the whole thing
thinking it was thinking like, fuck, the owner of Nike looks so much like Ben Affleck.
I know, he looks like Batman. Dude.
That's great.
But but the fact that they're paying like the $5,000 fine for Jordan's shoe.
Yeah. A game.
Yeah. Because it just had too much red on it. So we could keep wearing the Nike shoe.
Crazy.
Insane.
Crazy. Isn't that so crazy?
Uh-huh.
But that is just reinforcing my belief in not taking every rule for what it is. Just push it to as far as you can.
Yeah.
And see if you get away with it. I had another friend just a year ago teach me the phrase, the squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Oh, yeah?
I'd never heard it.
That's an American phrase.
It's clearly an American telling me about it. And it blew my head, or blew my mind, because I was like,
it's so true.
Oh, if you are willing to ask for it, you'll probably be the one that gets it.
Right.
So the day after, I went to Natural History Museum with a girl and was just standing at the entrance, and he was like, you guys have a time slot? I was like, no. This was during COVID, right? And he was like, well, the next time slot is at 5.
Yeah.
We had just been outside smoking a joint at 1 p.m.
Sure.
Like, we need to go in now. And I was just like, I see. So if you like looked that way for a second and we just happened to stroll through, that wouldn't be a problem. And he just looked to the side and he was like, yeah, I don't see the problem with that. And the girl loved it.
Yeah,
she thought it was the coolest, you know?
You probably got laid after that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But that's true though. You know, it's like if you, if you raise something to your boss about, hey, like, I'm doing all this shit for you, like, I need a raise. Yeah. You will probably get the raise.
Probably.
Or they're not going to fire. I mean,
you'll at least get some respect.
Yeah.
You get something.
For voicing.
Yeah. And it goes with everything, even at a restaurant, if a guy's like, I can easily be like, hey, mate.
Shut the fuck up.
You mind?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like young me would have been like, shut the fuck up, and we would have gotten into it immediately.
Sure.
Physically, right?
Yeah, diplomacy is
I don't
important.
I don't want to fight you because you chew with your mouth open, but also, you know, it's fucking
sometimes
annoying.
You just need to take what you want.
Yeah, true.
You know?
True that.
Don't even ask for it.
True that, yeah.
You know?
Have you ever had, speaking of that, have you ever had like gone out with a girl, but you meet her for the first time in a setting where you don't get to like actually talk?
Mm-hmm.
So like I've invited a girl out.
That's the worst date.
I'll invite her out on Saturday night and she'll come at 11 where I'm already drunk and she's drunk and we're meeting for the first time. And it's like, I don't know what to do here now. Can I go hang out with my friends? Do I have to stand with you? I can't hear you because there's music.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest move. I can't do that.
No, yeah. Going to a loud bar as a first date is not a smart decision.
It's not. No, it just isn't.
Or a movie where you don't talk to each other.
Movie's the dumbest.
That's for children. Yeah. But a museum is a good idea because
museum is perfect.
You can express your interests, talk the whole time because it's quiet.
Yeah. And if she smokes, it's perfect because you take that one puff and now
enjoy it a lot more.
These dinosaur bones in front of you. Now you understand how fucking crazy it is that this used to walk around here.
Yeah, dude.
And you're on the same frequency. It's like you're both tuning in to this realm. It's incredible.
But then, sometimes you push, like when you take things what you want, you know, because it's going back a little bit. But if you're taking liberties that you shouldn't be. You know, just the other day, like I was parking behind my apartment and I don't own one of those parking spots. My car got towed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but there was no one parking there for like months.
Oh, wow. They were on top of it though.
And so I'm like, so I started parking there for like months.
Oh, okay.
So it was like a couple months of me parking there for free.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And I got my car towed and I just took it as the fee for me parking there the last 2 months. You know?
It was just cosmic balance. Yeah. Exactly. It really was,
It really was worth it.
It's like the amount of times I've snuck on to the bus or the subway without buying a ticket. Sure.
You're running
that one
the
time
risk.
I get the fee and I get caught, it accumulates. I've still saved money.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, dude. Are you dude, does Norway have a good public transport? Because LA ain't got shit, dude.
LA sucks.
Sucks, dude.
Yeah, and it's so big here as well.
It's horseshit.
I wish I could take the tube down to Venice or to Long Beach and kick it, you know? Like London has that as well. It's
all of
perfect.
Europe, dude. They got to figure it out.
You get it out everywhere. I was out on Saturday. I was at this weird dinner with like people I didn't know. And one guy was so like what's it called when you talk down on people?
Scolding?
Kind of, but just like subtle.
Yeah.
He was so passive aggressive towards me. I'd never met him.
Yeah.
He kept like bashing Norway. Like it was just weird. Like young me would have gotten into it. I would have like smacked him in like 20 minutes in.
Break his jaw.
Yeah, I would have gotten so pissed, you know. But he was just like, we talked about public transportation. He was like, yeah, but you need public transportation. But we were talking about, actually, to go back, we were talking about electrical vehicles. And I said in Norway, the government pays or used to pay 50% of the price of an electric vehicle.
Sure.
So everyone got Teslas.
Yeah.
Because it was 50% off.
Genius.
Because government was like, we'll pay half.
A little subsidy.
And he was like, across the table, he was like, yeah, well, ideally, no one fucking drives, right? And I was like, okay. First of all, relax.
That is the dumbest argument I've ever heard.
It's like, well, how about we take it in increments, yeah?
Yeah.
Everyone does electric vehicles for 10 years. Then we start really...
Was he intoxicated?
No, he just arrived.
Wow. He's just an angry man.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, yeah, ideally, but you know, that would be great
baby
in LA,
steps,
right?
Bro.
Yeah. And he was like, no, it has to be better than that. I was like, okay. Also, why are you talking to us? I'm talking to someone else.
Yeah.
Can you just fuck off? Yeah, he was so like...
What a cocksucker.
Yeah. And then I love that about myself now, last couple of years.
You can control yourself.
I just take myself out of it.
Yeah.
It's so simple and it's not like I got to get out of here. It's just like, fuck this. Like, I'm not going to get into this. Dude. I'm not going to ruin my night by fucking with this guy.
Dude, I was grabbing dinner with a buddy of mine. I just sat down at like this like ramen place and it was like an outdoor seating. And when I was walking up to the ramen place, there was this homeless lady who she was just like looking at me. And
you just punched her. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I just kicked her right in the chest. But she's just eyeballing me, and I'm just like ignoring her because as you do.
Yeah.
And I go and get seated, and I'm sitting down by myself. My buddy hasn't even arrived yet, and she comes up to me and she's like, "I saw you taking photos of me." And and she, I'm like, first of all, like she reeks. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm like so caught off guard. Like I was not
you
taking,
talk to me?
Like you think I'm taking photos of you? Fucking hideous. And she's like, delete the photos from your phone. Show me. I'm like so like unthreatened by her.
Yeah.
And I take out my phone. I'm like, look, there are no fucking photos of you.
Yeah.
And I'm like scrolling, showing her. And she's like, let me see. And I'm like, back the fuck up.
Yeah, now
get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, you are not touching my shit and you're being so fucking aggressive.
Yeah.
And like
that's where your limit is.
And she's calling me like whitey, like cracker, like she's going off on me. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And I go sit inside the ramen place. I'm like, I'm not dealing with this shit. Like, you just need to like, sometimes you need to be combative though.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know, some people are afraid to just be, you know, a little hostile.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
know?
Sometimes you have to.
You
gotta protect yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, the people will take advantage of you if you can't.
Oh yeah, they'll step on you till you are flat, you know? 100%. I'll do the exact same thing. If drunk people come up to me at a restaurant and I'm with whoever I'm with, I'll be super cool to them. And then the moment it goes one step too far, I switch too.
Sure.
And I'm like, all right, hey mate, that's enough, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, thank you, but you can fuck off
You
now.
also need an intimidating factor about yourself. If you look like you could, like, if you were the meanest person in the world, but you looked like a fucking like Shih Tzu, it's not gonna change anything.
No.
You know, but like you look like you could clock someone.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
can clock someone.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
That's the point, right? Like, it's also the way you say it.
Right.
It's not the way you look.
Yeah.
It's the way that you tell them and you look them in the eye and they can feel that this isn't a joke right now.
Yeah.
I was being nice and they can tell that you switch and it becomes serious. And that's just because it's actually getting serious. Does that make sense? I'm not faking it.
Yeah.
Now I've had enough. And that this is the way I'm going to be then.
Sure.
You know?
I went to a movie once and there was this dude, maybe 4 rows behind me, being so fucking loud. Like, I think he was like on some drug because he was just saying so much dumb gibberish. And dude, I got up in the middle of this movie and literally cursed this guy out in front of like 40 people.
Oh wow!
Like, yelled at him, like,
Californication Hank Moody style.
Sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
because you're ruining the. I can't even watch this movie.
Right.
Because you're so distracting.
Right.
I've never done that. Like, really, like, especially in that situation. But like, no one was doing it.
Who were you with?
An ex-girlfriend.
Okay. Would you have done it if you were by yourself?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with her.
It's a ballsy move.
It was like, I paid for this fucking movie.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch this movie and I can't pay attention.
It's fair, but it's a ballsy move nonetheless.
And he shut up. He didn't say anything the rest of the movie.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's where the difference comes. For me, then I start getting a little paranoid.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, because it's America. I can do that shit in Norway.
Right.
Easy. I'll get up and be like, hey man, like, I'll do it in a nice way. But
I think being surrounded by people gave me a little bit of, there was a buffer. It wasn't like right behind me.
Yeah.
There was seats between us.
Sure. But still, it's like, you don't know. You hear these things around fucking here, you know?
Yeah.
Just like road rage ended in a guy getting shot.
Sure.
That's just road rage. You just embarrassed the guy in front of 40 people.
Yeah.
If he's a little, he's going to the back of the car, you know what I mean?
I think, I don't know. I don't even have that mentality of like, you know, everyone could have a weapon.
Yeah.
But I think for me, being an American, growing up American, I almost don't think about it.
Interesting.
Even though there's shootings all the time, everywhere. Everyone's getting shot all the time.
You grew up hearing about it.
I'm like unfazed by the idea of people having a gun.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even, unless someone flashes their weapon at me, which has never happened to me. It doesn't impact my behavior.
Right.
I just go through life.
Right.
Normally, but I can see in a European seeing the chaos that happens in America every day and coming here and that being at the forefront of their mind.
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like right by, like my mom's the most worried, you know, she'll send me like Facebook link.
Mass
guy
shooting.
killed in San Bernardino.
Sure.
Isn't this by you? I'm like, yeah, it is. It's full
like
on is. You gotta kind of be okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in Chicago, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's like the most shootings in the world in Chicago. And
how crazy is that?
yeah. But it's also like delegated to very specific areas.
Sure.
It's not like I'm hanging out where there's gang drive-bys.
But even San Francisco, fucking Nancy Pelosi's house.
Oh yeah,
gets
broken into.
She's like,
how did she not have
top 5
security,
government level, right? Yeah. How the fuck does she not have better security?
I don't know.
I know she wasn't home.
Yeah.
And maybe they just give a fuck about her husband.
Right.
Can you imagine him? Him in this like fucking government resident.
Dude, he got like clocked in the head by a Glock.
Yeah. Or by a hammer.
Oh yeah, that's
the guy didn't have a gun, he had a hammer. He came in, he woke the old man up. Mm-hmm. He said,
I saw the video.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
It's fucked up.
And then what's crazy is that the guy was like, I need to go to the bathroom. And that's where his phone was. And that's where he called 911.
Oh, yeah.
Or else he would have been done.
What a weird situation. He had to have been like mentally ill, right?
He was, for sure.
Yeah.
But imagine the luck of having your phone in the bathroom. You know, that's why he got clowned, because the guy figured it out.
Dude.
But fuck,
dude. You would think they would have like gates.
You would think there's at least one guy there.
Yeah.
Like, there's one guy at the front door, right?
Dude, there was just an insurrection where people wanted to hang her.
Yeah. Like, fuck. What's going on?
I know.
How the fuck does they not have? Do they not have more security?
Dude, we got the craziest politics, dude. Insane. I mean,
this country.
I'm sure there's some African politics that I don't even know about, but like people murdering each other.
Yeah.
But
that's not what you want to compare yourself to.
But we're a show.
Yeah.
We're like a TV show.
We're a reality show for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like when I talk to Americans that are really proud of being American and they don't want to admit that the political system is off, they'll compare it to China and Russia because those are the other two superpowers.
Sure.
But in my head, I'm like, but why are you comparing yourself to those two?
Mm-hmm.
Why not compare yourself to like Germany?
Yeah.
Or England or France or a country that's at least pretty progressive and, you know, base principles are covered or met, you know? Don't compare yourself to China. Because in China's eyes, you guys look great. America looks great compared to China, man.
Well, dude, we're doing a lot of, I think America is doing some of the most sus shit that we don't even know about.
Yeah.
Like we're influencing geopolitics to the extent that no one compares.
For sure.
And a lot of European countries keep each other in check.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah.
With NATO and
100%.
And
the EU.
EU and America is kind of a rogue. Like they decide, they make decisions.
We do whatever the fuck we want.
Like they don't ask Canada, they don't ask Mexico. No. If anything, they tell them what to do.
Yeah.
You know?
America's the only country that has a sport, and it's called the World Series, and they're called the World Champs, and it's only American teams. Yeah. It's no one else gets to participate.
We call football soccer.
Yeah.
We do our own metric system. Not even metric. The imperial system.
Yeah. It's just like, and the world champions, the LA Dodgers. I'm like, who else got to play? Like, it's only American teams, mate. It makes no sense. It's such a fluke in my head. I'm like, what the fuck?
I know. We're such a selfish little country.
It's so crazy. But you're also so new.
Yeah.
You know, you're 200 years old. You're 300 years old. It's like.
Right. We're like babies.
Yeah, I get it.
Guys. Yeah.
And I mean, like, we're old. Like, we have almost like an built-in pride in the way our ancestry have been painted. We don't really know if it was like that, really, but our innate mentality is that we are good people.
Yeah.
You know, we just try to be. We understand that there's going to be a wealth gap, always.
Sure.
But, you know, it's 40% tax. It's a lot of money. You make $1 million, you get $600,000 home.
Mm-hmm. And if you go to jail, you're kind of chilling.
Yeah, you're chilling. You get your own cell, you get TV, you get fucking Nutella. I
kind of want to go to Norway jail.
You get everything. Yeah, it's chill. Have you seen, you know who's the guy that made the 9/11 Fahrenheit 9/11? Michael Moore. He's a brilliant documentarian.
Yeah.
And he made a documentary, and I wish I remember the name of it, where he travels around the world, and particularly Europe, and he picks out one thing that each country does really well that America should do. So he goes to Spain for like the 2-hour lunch they take, and they have a glass of wine.
Yeah.
He shows up in Finland and he talks about school system, free school. Goes to France and it's the meals at school. They get fucking duck and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. And then they go to Norway for prisons. And it's like prisons are built to rehab you.
Yeah.
And he's like shocked at it. He's like, wait, you're you're like on murder row, like death row kind of. You killed people. And he's like, yeah, but I've been here for, 17 years and I now have a law degree. I can't wait to get out and start my life.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the way it should be.
Dude, our prisons turn you into
animals,
more of a criminal. Yeah.
Animals.
Absolute animals.
It scare the shit out of me, American prisons. They scare the shit out of me. I would be so done there.
I couldn't imagine.
I would have to be a Nazi. Like I would have to
you have to
go against everything I believe in.
Yeah.
And I would have to be...
If you're going to a fucking shitty, like Mexican, like you're really fucked up.
Yeah.
I'd
have to.
Yeah.
And luckily I look the way I look. For you as well, like I would get in there pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to.
No.
I'd rather go home.
Yeah. It's almost like you see people kill themselves in prison and you get it.
100%.
You get it. Especially if it's a long sentence.
Yeah. And out here in this country, it's like, you get 145 years plus 50. And I'm like, well,
3
this
lifetimes.
is too much, mate. Like, what's the point? Can we have a max? Like, you get lifetime. Like, you get until you die, you have to be here.
Right.
What's the point? And like, it's like rubbing it in. You get 200 years plus 50 for dissent. You're
Can
like,
you
what?
imagine being in court and hearing that? Just feeling your heart fall through your stomach, dude.
No more experiences.
No
more experiences. No more girls. No more drugs. No more music.
No more life.
No more life. No more art. No more travel.
Especially if you were falsely accused, and like how many people get put on death row in this country in some of these states and get murdered and they didn't even do it.
Yeah. Or just like they're in now because they sold 20 grams of weed.
Oh.
And now where they sold it, there's a dispensary.
Yeah.
Their old apartment is now a dispensary. And they're in jail for another 17 years.
Shit, dude.
Fuck off, man.
This country has a lot of problems.
Fuck that shit. It drives me crazy. But I've learned quickly living here that if I want to talk the way I talk now, I also have to do work. So I support these things. I donate. I go to rallies. Anytime I can talk to anyone about it, I talk about it.
Are you trying to become a U.S. citizen?
Probably not a citizen, but I'm trying to get a green card.
You could do it at this point. You've been here 9 years, right?
Yeah, I could. But I'd probably just go for a green card.
But then you gotta like learn the Constitution and shit.
Yeah, I don't want to do all that. I don't need all that.
You gotta say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Give me a green card, Let me just work regular jobs,
Sure, yeah. Do you know the Pledge of Allegiance? That's like the most
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. That's what I know because it's the beginning of an Eminem song. The kids saying it before. It's called Mosh.
Honestly, that's probably all I know at this point, dude.
Yeah. What more do you know of it?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to this republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, and to the republic. Amen?
That's it? It ends with amen?
I think so, dude.
Wow.
I don't fucking know.
So Christian here, right? Like it's such a fucking... Everything is Christian here. On the notes, it's like on the fucking...
Dude, everything.
Currency, it says, in God we trust. It's so... Like, it must be so weird to be...
A lot of people grow up
Buddhist
Christian here, dude. And a lot of people, like, just like as an adult, you choose not to be Christian.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an atheist now. I grew up Catholic. But, dude, it permeates this society.
For sure.
Every aspect of it.
100%. It's everywhere.
Like, LA is kind of a more godless town.
Sure, yeah.
But it's a rare town.
Still a lot of churches everywhere.
Still a lot.
A lot of St. Mary's and St. Joseph's and St. Hospitals and whatever.
I mean, Hispanic people are very Christian.
Super.
Very Christian.
Yeah.
And like they make up a large portion
that's a good point,
of this town. But I mean, you leave the town, you leave the city, rural people, they're God-fearing people, dude.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%. It's like when I watch a lot of UFC and when a fighter is going through a war and he's done and he gets on the mic, first thing he does is thank God. And when I was younger, I got it. I grew up Christian. Now I'm like, well, can you thank yourself? Like, you've sacrificed everything, mate, to get here.
I think the other guy was also thanking God too. And he got his ass beat.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Well, he's so into Christianity. He's like, thank you, God, for this opportunity to grow. Yeah. That's how the loser looks at it. You can always aim it as like an intention from God. But two things that changed me was, number one, having some experiences growing up where I was like, if you're around, mate, that shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And watching like chimpanzee documentaries.
I'm love like, your chimp docs.
Yo, mate, this is us. This was us. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Look at them. It's just, you don't have to be smart. Just be a little logical.
Sure.
That's us. So like the whole Adam and Eve theory kind of falls out immediately when started learning about chimpanzees.
It's fairy tales, dude.
It's crazy.
Humans love stories, dude.
Yeah,
we love making them up, and we've been doing it for thousands of years.
Yeah. I believe in something more than us.
Yeah.
100%.
Krampus?
Yeah, exactly. Christmas time, you know. Yeah. But I don't necessarily believe in the traditional story of God. I also am like, don't tell me what to do. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do me.
Right.
Don't tell me I can't do something.
I think I read somewhere that like the UK is just became more than half atheist. Like of the population, like like in the recent census or something.
Interesting.
Like they don't
it's a big deal then.
All they believe is in football and beer, bro.
Fuck yeah. I spent 2 years there. I was like, I don't want to ever leave.
Yeah.
That's my shit.
You like it there?
Oh, mate. It's like the first week I started working, I wanted to get into a good routine. So I wanted to get off work, go to the gym, make dinner.
You're doing a play out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they go to the pub after.
Yeah.
You know, and if you don't go to the pub, you actually don't become part of the group. You have to go to the pub.
You have to drink.
You have to go to the pub, yeah. You can even have water there or soda, but you have to go to the pub. Sure. And you stay for a couple of hours. So obviously I drink, right? So 2-3 pints. It's 7 p.m. And then you go home. Put music on, get on the tube. Everyone else is bussed on the tube, by the way. Yeah, like everyone. And at the pub, it's people in hoodies and suits. And everyone is just smoking and drinking.
Everyone hits the pub after work.
Everyone. And it's only the pub that's closest to work.
I think I saw a map of all the pubs in the UK.
There's more than anything else. It's more than anything else. Yeah. It's like fucking potholes.
It's awesome.
Everywhere, mate.
I love it.
It's so cool.
I love it.
And the coolest part is that it's location based. So it's not like we meet at this bar or we meet at this pub. It's the closest pub to work. So it's literally the shortest distance from work. So every pub is popular because they're all the same.
Dude, I saw this video. I saw this video. This guy walking down the street in London, and he gets nailed by a bus. And he fucking rolls right in front of a pub, stands up, and just walks in.
At least he let me have a pint. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But it's just such a cool mentality. Yeah. And then you go home, you eat, and you go to bed, and you go to work the day after.
I mean, what else is there in life? Just hanging with your buddies.
It's amazing.
That's the point of living.
And it's so human. It's innate. It's socializing.
Right.
And you get to know the people you work with on a different level. Like you're standing there grabbing the third beer with the HR representative of your group.
Sure.
And you're just kind of a little bit, and I go around the corner and have a hit of a joint too. So I'm like more interested in her now, you know? And
isn't it crazy
how
like,
do you like HR? You know,
beer goes back though?
It's fucking social lubricant, mate.
Like Egypt is like brewing beer, dude.
It's crazy. I know so many people that need a drink to loosen up. Like I don't, but there are friends of mine that I'm like, I need to go grab a beer with him or else it's like, I'm gonna pull information out of him, you know?
Right.
He doesn't know how to let go.
Yeah, some people are, I don't know. I love a drink, dude.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Love it. And now it's like Friday and Saturday. I'm having a drink, you know?
And like...
It's Friday today.
It is Friday.
Can I have a drink later? Fuck yeah.
Damn straight, brother. Could you imagine being like ancient Greece with the boys? Like I think Dionysus is like the mythical god of like alcohol or something.
Sex, wine, and like partying.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Not partying, but like,
you know,
socializing.
Sure.
Yeah.
And pouring out for Dionysus, bro.
Fuck yeah. When I was young and wanted to be a rapper, Dionysus was going to be my rap name.
That's a sick name.
Because I was like, that sounds like the kind of god that was cool.
Yeah.
And then I looked it up and I was like, everyone was like, Lil Dionysus and
right.
stuff. I was like,
sure, yeah.
Also, I'm not going to be a rapper, so.
There's still time.
Hey guys, you made it this far. Some quick, shameless self-promotion. I'm giving you a free coupon to my store on freddytylerpaul.com. You can get any tee, any sweater, any book, any album of mine for 25% off. Just put in bad advice at checkout and you're golden. All right, back to the pod.
I haven't made the full transition, but like I listen to more podcasts than I do music lately.
Really?
It's just...
is it back and forth, like up and down a bit? Yeah.
It's kind of like I have these... Dude, I've came out with like a full like album or body of work for the last like 6 years of my life. And like there's this like part of the year that's just me writing and listening to music, mixing, and a lot of music all the time. And then it gets like, all right, now I need to release it. And then I take a step away from music for a little while.
Yeah.
And just kind of don't think about it for a little bit.
Yeah, get some distance.
Yeah, and I'm kind of in that phase right now, and that's why I'm doing this. But also, I needed an excuse. Obviously, we're making content or whatever,
right.
But I need an excuse to just sit down and just talk to people.
Yeah,
you know, just to hang out.
Yeah,
because I wasn't. That was one of the things. I didn't really have my first like year or almost 2 years. Like, granted, it was coming off the pandemic or whatever, but like, I feel like I didn't really have a community of people or a network, and I came out here really knowing no one. So that was a given. And this has also just given me a reason to have a bit more of a voice out there and give other people who don't have, you know, audio or video capabilities to get their
100%
voice out there.
Yeah.
So,
and it's a fun experience.
It's fun, dude. Yeah. It's chill.
So easy. Yeah.
I'm not interrogating you or anything. We're just hanging out.
And you're also not trying to like oversell it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
some people are very fake.
But some people need that as like almost like a reason. So when people ask, why did you start? They have a story.
Yeah.
Oh, I just love the theme and we do this thing which is really fun. Like, I think a lot of people can benefit from having the mentality of like, you don't need a reason other than I want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah.
You know,
dude, my entire life.
I just wanted to.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, is that enough?
That's some people. Yeah. Even like tattoos. Like, does that mean anything? No. I just wanted it.
I just wanted it. Yeah. It's like, you don't question why I was with her for a year.
Yeah.
It's because I wanted to.
Yeah. Not everything needs to be this grandiose.
No, it really doesn't.
We're just moving through space, bro.
It's the same as everything else. It's like, I wanted pizza today and I wanted a burger yesterday. It's literally almost the same shit.
Yeah.
It's like, if I want it, I'll do it. Yeah. At least I'll try to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You don't know if you like it until you get deep into it.
You really don't.
Or if you're good at it.
But that goes back to what you said initially, that people are scared of being bad at something or failing at something.
Yeah.
And I understand that. I think it's either that or it's the, like, what I can relate to a bit. Oh shit. Is the feeling of caring just like a little bit, almost like innately, of what people will think. I can sometimes get that in my head and I have to consciously be like, hey, don't fall back into that mentality. Just fuck that.
Right.
And then I'll be fine. But
like, I've always thought the same thing. Like, I don't care what anyone thinks. And I loved, we were out drinking the other day or whatever. And you were like, dude, no one here, like, I was at this event where you knew a lot more people than I did. Or whatever. And you're like, dude, everyone here is just as nervous or self-conscious as you maybe. Not to say I was or anything.
No.
But like, it's true. Like, if you just take that factor of socializing out where that guy could be just as dumb and awkward as you may think you are.
Yeah.
And you already have the leg up by thinking that you have the leg up.
Yeah.
If you can treat your entire life like that.
Yeah.
Like dude, I was making stupid comedy skits that were like so cringy, but I would make the videos and write them and put them out. I taught myself how to unicycle.
Right.
Like everything I was just doing as a kid was really for me.
Yeah.
And like, I don't
no other motivation.
And it's sad when you see people that are so self-conscious of what other people are going to think. And they probably aren't going to think anything of what you're doing.
Probably not. And even if they do, of the small off chance that they do.
Yeah, fuck them.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. It does not matter.
No.
And I think it's almost it's said so many times that it almost lost a bit of meaning. Like, you can say that to people, it doesn't matter, and they don't compute it.
Yeah.
They don't feel that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They've heard it. It's like saying, no, believe in yourself. It's like, I've heard about doing that. I don't know what that is though, right?
Mm-hmm. I think part of it is like, once you have like a lot of deep relationships with other people, you care about how your decisions are going to impact all of those relationships. And like I lost my parents when I was 20.
Oh wow.
And
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. Not an issue. But like, I think severing those relationships not by any means of my own, but of it being like I don't have anyone to impress or embarrass.
Right.
You know, like I have sisters, but like we're all doing our own shit.
Yeah.
You know, like they don't care what I'm doing to the point, or like I don't like I care what they're doing.
Sure.
But not to
the point where you judge it if it's not what you would have done.
Yeah, exactly. And some people live their whole life like I want to make my dad proud.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or I don't want to upset my mom.
Yeah.
Like that is the reason some people don't come out with their sexualities, because they don't want their parents to know about it.
So wild.
And I had that part of my brain disengaged.
Yeah, you don't have to consider that, I guess. Yeah, you're
so
right.
whatever I do is for me, dude.
Yeah, true. But some people have that with their friends.
Right, yeah.
Because they know how people our age can be. They can be so mean. The way that was at least my experience, was never, I didn't care at all what my mom thought.
Sure.
Like, I know I'm a good person. That's what she cares about at the end of the day, right? Like, or my sister or whatever. But it was the idea of friends going behind my back a bit and saying, what is he doing? What is this comedy skits he keeps doing? Is he trying to like fucking be Will Ferrell? What does he think he is? Like, that's the mentality in Norway.
Yeah.
So growing up, that was the worst feeling in the world.
Right.
But that's who I am, right? So at some point when it switches, it's like, oh, that actually is what makes me me. Just makes me who I am. That's so cool, actually. I'm glad I have that. I'm fucking stoked that I have a bit of that in me, you know?
Yeah, dude. And when you realize that, it opens up a lot of doors.
For sure.
Like moving out here, knowing no one was so liberating.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have anyone to piss off, anyone to upset, or like
no expectation,
make proud. And like back home in Chicago, it was like, I also like started to realize like a lot. Once you start getting older, you start to realize who your friends are. And like the people who I thought were friends really don't care about me. Like they don't reach out to me.
Right.
They don't get back to me when I get in touch with them.
Yeah.
And that's also liberating in its own way. Like just another person I don't have to think about.
Yeah, in many ways, yeah.
You know?
But I have a similar situation, but I'm struggling with letting go of it. Because him and we've been best friends for over a decade.
Sure.
Almost 2 decades. Throughout my whole childhood and growing up, or like youth and whatever, he's the guy I've laughed the most with. You know what I mean? So there's like you know that one guy you have that with, where you're just like fucking, you're brothers, you're just the same. And then he just fell into safety and comfort, and that's okay, but I do me.
Yeah.
But then I never hear from him, and I don't know what's going on in his life ever. And I still cling. Like, I still text him, and I still want him around.
Sure.
And I think he does too, but he doesn't understand. It's almost like how friendships are in Norway as well. They aren't that...
A lot more cold.
Yeah, it is just like, they live in the same... Him and my other best friend, they live in the same town. They don't see each other for 3-4 months. They don't do shit. They're busy with their lives. It's a very Norwegian thing. They don't need the constant...
I've heard that.
Yeah. And I do.
Yeah.
I want to hang out. I want to fucking...
Same.
It's Tuesday. Let's go to the bar.
Yeah.
We can be home by 10.
Right.
But like, let's go walk and go to the park and smoke a joint and watch the sunset and talk, you know?
Yeah.
Let's do something. Not let's go play pickleball with your wife. Please, mate.
What the fuck is pickleball?
Jesus, man.
I don't even want to know, dude.
I don't even want to know either. Just don't bring me to it. Just don't take me to it.
Yeah.
Just don't mention it to me.
But I know what you're saying. Like, I'm the same way. Like, there's so many people that I would reach out to back home to like do something, and they don't get back to you.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, that hurts in its own way, but it's like when you're an adult, you also, I let things go so easily.
Yeah.
And it feels really nice out here. I can kind of social media is a great way to kind of keep up with people.
Yeah.
But it's also a very passive way to keep up with people.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you aren't actively messaging them or hanging out with them, are you really friends?
No. Probably not.
No.
But I also don't have to label it like that. I have so many of those friends.
Sure.
And then I have a few that I like.
You can't, you
just call or text or whatever.
You can't be best friends with everyone.
No, you just can't. You need a little bit of
There's no time
group as well, you know what I mean? But I'm also the kind of person that I'm just kind of straightforward. Just like, if I want to hang out, I'll hang out. Like, for example, with you, probably we tried hanging out a couple of times before we hung out, but we were both like chatting about it.
Yeah.
And then, but if it was like me asking 3 times and you're just being busy,
right,
and then nothing else, then it's not that I even take the hint. I just like, I don't chase it then. Because then you're kind of trying to create something that's not organically there.
It's any relationship.
Yeah, and it'll never be what you want it to be anyways.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to push a bit because people are slow.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes
some people are bad texters.
Yeah. Mate, don't tell me that. Don't be like, it might take a couple of days to reply. No, you won't.
Yeah.
You can take a few hours and shit, but like...
Yeah, just don't respond.
Honestly, but like when nightfall comes and I texted you at 9 a.m., you've checked your phone. I haven't even asked you. It's not like I've asked you like, tell me your childhood story. I've asked you like, are you free Monday?
Yeah. Unless you're fucking like Christina Aguilera, where you're getting messages from agents and everyone's hitting you up for something.
Yeah.
Then I get it. You know, it's almost like you have an assistant at that point. But if you're just like nobody in LA, like you're looking at your phone. I see you looking at my story.
Yeah.
You know?
I have an unanswered text. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah. But that's just lazy, dude.
It's lazy, but some of the chicks I meet, they do it and I can tell it's a game.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell they think it's a thing. And they don't understand that I'm beyond that level.
Yeah.
So I see through it.
Yeah.
And I kind of just see it now as a little pathetic.
Right.
And a bit
It's
of I see it as insecurity almost.
Yeah.
I see it as
I'm not
like,
emailing you. I'm texting you.
Yeah.
If I wanted you to take a week to answer, I'd email you.
Yeah, literally. A letter you made.
Yeah.
I had a girl the other day tell me that she thought I was a little bit weird the first time we met because I double texted.
What is that?
It's like you text.
Oh, like she didn't respond, so
and
you
then,
sent another text?
Basically, yeah. But different things. Like I texted her at 9. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do it Monday, yeah? Question mark. And then 3 hours later, I texted like announcement that Drake was going to this festival or whatever, right?
Okay.
Like
whatever. Yeah, you're just sharing an article or
fucking
whatever.
cares, mate. Like, and I thought to myself,
if it was like, hey,
hello.
It was like, bitch, respond to me.
Yeah. No, it was just double text, you know? And I remember thinking, if you care about that kind of stuff, we're not gonna vibe eventually.
Yeah.
There's gonna be more you care about that I don't. It's not that I don't even care. You know, I don't even know that was a thing.
You know, it's kind of funny. Like,
why bother?
Some people just are very quick to let you know something's wrong with them. You know, that they aren't on your wavelength. You know, and that's for the best. You know, the quicker they can do that, it just saves all of us a lot of time.
Yeah. For sure.
And I think more people should get down with that.
I completely agree. I'm to a point where I make it clear, like I said earlier, intentionally before we even meet. I'm like, let's make sure we both are looking for the same thing.
Yeah.
But I'll quickly realize as well, like, that's why drinking is so easy as well, though, isn't it? Because
you need something in your hand to distract you.
It's so nice. And then if it doesn't work,
there's a lull in the convo.
Yeah,
a little sip.
Couple of drinks in, you kind of forget that it's not going well.
Right.
You kind of just have a good time. You're just like, hey, this is kind of fun, right?
Yeah,
this turned into be quite fun after all, you know.
Some people do that for years and get married to that person.
I know. Yeah. Oh,
like they aren't all there.
They're constantly kind of
I think most
boosting.
people, I told you I'm backpacking Europe in September.
No?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you probably did, yeah.
Yeah. You should find a week to fly out.
Fuck yeah. Where, when, and where?
I'm flying into Warsaw, and then I'm kind of making a U up to Scotland.
Wow. So you're going down from Warsaw?
Down to Italy.
Was you going straight from Warsaw to Italy?
No. I'm going to go to Prague.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I was about to be like, you got to go either Prague or Budapest if you're going down there.
Yeah. Prague. I might bypass Budapest.
Yeah, only need to do one of them.
I might go to Venice, might go a little deeper in Italy. I'm going to see how I'm feeling. And then I want to go on there's a couple cities outside of Paris that I want to go to.
Yeah.
This is a photography.
Cool. So you're going around Germany? No Germany?
I'm hitting out because I'm flying in and out of Warsaw.
Oh, wow. So you can cross over Germany.
Yeah, so I'm going to go up to Scotland because I have some family up there. and then I'm gonna trek down to
Wow.
Berlin.
What a trip.
And then Warsaw, yeah.
That's a serious trip.
And it's all the trains, dude. Like, I can just do a night train between the
so
countries.
Easy. It's so fucking
Just
easy.
wake up in a new country, dude.
It's so easy.
It's awesome.
It's the best.
I'm so excited.
I'm definitely, that would be so much fun. I'm going to Berlin the 14th to the 20th
This month?
of August.
Oh.
And then it depends on how much longer I'll be in Europe after that.
Yeah.
Then I'd been in Europe for like 3 weeks.
That's a long time.
And living at home
Yeah.
for 3 weeks
Right.
at 30 is a lot less enjoyable than what it was at 25, you know? It's like
Right.
I turned into like the kid I was when I lived at home last time when I was like 18.
Uh-huh.
I'm like a pubescent little shit. My mom will be like, "What do you want for dinner?" I was
your
like, "I'm not even hungry."
Is the room still the same? Or
It's
your
a new
parents-
place.
Oh, okay.
My mom lives by herself, and she just moved into an apartment.
Yeah.
Because she's by herself now, you know.
Yeah.
So I turn into this little shit, like not a little shit, but I just like
Jerking off in the nice
I'm just like a
towels.
piece of shit. Yeah, I'm just like a kid again. Mom is like, "What do you want for dinner?" I'm like annoyed at her for no reason, you know.
Like, I can go get my own food.
Yeah.
I know.
But also, it's kind of nice if you make it, and I
it's
don't have to
kinda
go
nice.
buy anything.
It's kind of
I love it.
But yeah, there's obviously the expenses of that's not your home base anymore.
It just isn't.
Yeah.
But do you know when you're flying in?
Yeah.
What
the
the
day
date?
after, day after my birthday, September 2nd.
Okay.
I'm flying out of Chicago.
Okay.
So I'm driving to Chicago from LA with Rosie.
Oh wow,
And then leaving Rosie with some fam.
that's cute. Yeah.
But I'm just trying to,
That's
Like-
it's tough timing. I
It's-
wish it was just a little
I
bit
know.
earlier.
it is a bad timing. But
I'll think about it though.
yeah, just come in for a weekend.
I
Well,
would
dude-
have to still be in Europe. Like I don't think I could fly.
Yeah.
I can't afford to do
Well, dude,
just 3 weeks later go back to Europe.
the round trip in and out of Warsaw is $500. That's like going to Chicago for
Crazy.
me, dude. Like literally.
Literally.
It's like $600 to go to Chicago.
That's so crazy.
Isn't that fucking dumb?
What are you flying?
I don't know.
Some Polish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's probably like a death trap.
it's probably fine.
Missing a wing.
If LA, Poland was a death trap, we'd hear about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
miss-
Well, I think that's why it's so cheap is because of the eastern border shit.
yeah,
But,
makes sense. I had a guy that runs a YouTube channel called Geography Now.
Mm,
Really
Sounds
successful.
familiar.
He's got like 3 million subs.
yeah.
Makes money.
Oh yeah.
He just snuck himself into Ukraine like 2 months ago
Mm.
and did an episode on Ukraine.
So he's like a journalist.
Kind of, yeah. He's like a guerrilla fucking YouTube journalist.
Sounds.
He just travels around to places. He's obsessed with geography. He knows everything about everything, and then he teaches it in a big episode. It's like 30-minute episodes.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I
He
like
loves
that.
his life, you know.
Yeah.
He loves what he does. He makes good money. He owns a house in like between Koreatown and Silver Lake.
Nice.
He owns another house in New Mexico that he puts out for Airbnb all the time. Chilling,
Yeah.
you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, fucking chilling.
I know. Once you
Good
start
move.
getting in the million subscriber range, you're kind of set.
And he doesn't do ads, which is the craziest thing. He doesn't want to do ads.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If he did ads, if he did like fucking Evian water, they'd pay him hundreds of thousands.
Sure.
It's so crazy. I have a guy back home that has 160,000 followers.
Yeah.
160,000 ish. He gets paid like $5,000 each ad he posts. Like, it's
What?
crazy money.
Yeah.
It's like twice a month. He'll post like, love these socks from Uniqlo.
Oh sure. Yeah.
And then 5,000. So he makes 10,000 extra a month just doing that.
Yeah, the whole influencer economy, dude. Like, if you
Ridiculous,
got in
man.
on that, like, first of all, you need a very specific personality to really be
Yeah.
deep in it.
Yeah, you do.
Like, some of them are incredibly insufferable.
Intense. Yeah.
You know, but you know,
Yeah, for sure. They're intense people.
like everything has to be documented. Like, I mean, a lot of my life I do document, but I like the idea. I like recording.
Yeah.
You know, I just like writing things down.
Yeah.
You know,
But it's different. It's like
different.
when I went to Coachella this year, like, mind you, before you judge,
Yeah,
I
I don't.
only I go only if I love the lineup, and I just always love the fucking lineup. There's just music I love. The idea of going
Yeah.
to see a UK rapper I love, then Freddie Gibbs, then Billie Eilish, then
They're amazing.
Calvin Harris, like
Yeah.
in like one fucking Molly drop.
Sure.
It's a fucking dream, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. And I went this year, and I was at Frank Ocean, and I was really excited about it.
He dipped out, right?
Yeah, it was a weird set. But he showed up and he did a couple of songs and shit. So I was singing along, and the guy next to me looked at me weirdly as if I was like a weird guy singing along, and he was just standing there filming. He was like annoyed that I was singing in his
ruining
video.
his video.
And I just thought to myself, I was just like, yo, you're the one that's wrong, mate.
Yeah.
This is happening right now, yeah? Like,
live in the
look
fucking
at
moment,
this shit. Bro. Look around, there's 100,000 people. One guy singing, and we're all singing along. And you're filming it, mate. You're the donkey. Yeah. You're the fucking donkey here, yeah?
Yes, dude. I know.
Like,
it's so annoying because, dude, your phone is recording terrible audio.
Yeah.
You're so far away. The video's trash. No one gives a fuck you're there unless they're there.
Yeah. No one gives a fuck about that video.
Yeah.
No one.
No one.
You probably don't even.
Right.
You'll probably never watch it again.
Yeah, you're going to delete it in a month when you need more storage on your phone.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
And
have some consciousness, mate.
I know.
Just a tiny bit.
And again, this is like me like being my like boomer's self, but like, dude, I just respect the fucking like in like the 70s at a concert, you're just there, man.
Yeah.
Like whatever you did, whatever the artist did happened and it's gone.
And it'll never be there again.
It was a moment in time.
Yeah.
Like not everything needs to be recorded.
For sure not.
But we just like leaving things behind. Dude.
Yeah.
Like we love a legacy.
Yeah.
And like that little phone in our hands lets us feel like we can make our lives just a bit more lasting.
Memorable.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it
doesn't need to be.
It just doesn't. It actually, ironically, becomes more memorable if you learn how to be present.
But you know what's the contrary of that? As the artist, they want you to film it. Even though they might say they don't want you to.
That's a great point.
They want you to post those videos.
They want you to share all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great point, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a contradictory deal there between the artist and the fan.
Some artists, when it's a lot of comedians, like high level comedians, will have you like check in your phone.
Yeah.
When you come in the venue.
That's almost anywhere here.
Right.
Comedy club.
Right.
Improv.
So they don't want you. They don't want jokes getting out that they're rehearsing.
They're trying bits. Yeah.
And they don't want distractions.
Right.
And but yeah, musicians, they kind of want you to film as much as you want.
Yeah, share it, please.
Share it, because musicians, like as glamorous of lives that a lot of, especially younger musicians who might be just breaking or something.
Yeah.
A lot of them stay broke for a long time, dude.
Yeah.
And because the industry is fucked up.
For sure.
It is so fucked up. And even some actors, you know, like they want you to share their face, bro.
And if I have friends that are so cynical about it as well. They're so like pro that if they do hang out with someone with a lot of followers, they'll make it their fucking mission to be shared on their profile a couple of times.
Right.
And it boosts and now they have 20,000 followers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, wow, I see the game. I probably could have played it, but it would take away from my own fucking life. Like I would be obsessed doing these things.
It's also an integrity thing, dude.
Can't do it. It has to be genuine, you know what I mean? I have to enjoy it, you know?
I mean, that's when you look back on life and realize, the authenticity and the genuine life that you were living was the right way to be doing it. 100%. There's a lot of fake people in this town, man.
For sure. 100%.
Who are just like put on, a facade of who they really are.
Yeah, for sure. So have you seen Jim and Andy, by the documentary on when Jim Carrey portrayed Andy Kaufman?
Oh yeah, I love that doc.
It's incredible. And at the end, there's a constant interview with Jim Carrey, but at the end, he sits there with his big beard and his leather jacket and he says, I'm paraphrasing, but he's basically talking about like, we all do it at some point in our life. We all adjust and we say and act and dress the way we think they want us to.
Yeah.
And most of us stay in there, but some of us break away from it. And we don't want to put on a monkey suit and talk shit about people. We actually want to break through the psyche. And the hardest part is what happens is that then people will be like, no. Sorry. No. What are you doing? Like, this is not who you told us you were.
Yeah.
You're this way. You got to stay this way.
Sure.
You can't change. That's terrifying.
Yeah. It's just like social etiquette where you don't want to, like cause a scene where it doesn't need to be a scene.
None of that.
Or manners.
Yeah.
Like cultural manners.
Yeah. Like in Norway, it's like if I show up in a flashy jacket, people are like, who does he think he is?
Right.
Who the fuck does he think he is? And I'm just like, it's a flannel, mate. Like just because you wore a blazer, I took a flannel. It doesn't mean I think I'm cooler than you. I just am more casual than you. That's more my style.
You just look good, bro.
It's just my style.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's how it is out there.
He's lived in LA for 9 years. He thinks he's someone, huh?
There was a philosopher that basically like said like the life that you live in private why can't that be the life you live in public?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like you jerking off watching TV could just be as well performed in public.
Yeah.
But you would be pissing off a lot of people that don't want to see that.
And you'd be full of shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't remember his fucking name. I think it started with a P. But it's the same thing of like, yeah, when you're home and you're in your space, you can do whatever and say whatever, like no matter how raunchy or
whatever the fuck it is,
controversial it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you go in public, you have to put on something.
Yeah, you do
or
have
people
to
look at you.
Adjust a bit.
Yeah. Again, it goes back to relationships.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just go jerk off in front of your friends, dude.
You just can't, man. I know you want to, but you just can't.
Yeah.
Just
some friends, maybe.
Yeah.
They're okay with it.
Yeah, sure.
Some good friends.
Yeah, some really good friends, yeah. Early on.
Yeah.
Early stage in life.
But, yeah, you know,
I had a really awkward moment with that the other day. I played football. I was on a new team.
Yeah.
And it's this one guy that I've been hanging out with just maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
And I was like, just joking with him. And in Norway, when I say it out loud now, it's going to sound so dumb. It's going to sound like I shouldn't have done it, and I probably shouldn't have. But in Norway, it's like when you're good friends, like I'll
slap him in the ass.
I will slap him on the ass, and I'll flick him on the fucking ball or something.
Sure.
But I did it too early in our relationship, so it wasn't fun.
Yeah,
it was uncomfortable.
It was creepy.
It was really creepy. It was way too soon.
Well, dude, I mean, that's like, especially football. That's like normal.
Yeah, in the game.
Yeah.
But this is us, chilling at home, grabbing a drink before we're going out.
Right.
Like he got up to put his jacket on, I walked past him, I did that on his dick. And I touched his dick and I could tell he didn't. And I went up to the kitchen to put the bottle down and I was like, I was in the kitchen like, ugh.
Well, some people are very protective of their
area,
their space.
For sure.
I
gotta just give it a few more weeks.
And that's a cultural thing, though. Like
fully.
Like Italians are like hugging and touching each other,
kissing each other on the cheek.
Yeah, exactly. And a slap in the ass. That's nothing.
That's nothing.
Yeah, if you
slap of the dick though.
If you grab them by the balls and start squeezing,
stared at him.
That would be a tad too far.
Yeah, just a tad.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a good friend.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I get this. I get that. Like I did football in like 6th and 7th grade. The coach would slap us on the ass when he put us in the game.
Yeah. Have you seen Slap Ass by Key and Peele?
No. I think I've probably seen it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's about that. That's just normal.
Yeah.
Slap each other's ass.
Right.
That's the way it is.
And we all kind of like it.
It's a good time. Yeah. Man, I went to play a game the other day and I had a moment where I felt like a kid again because there were girls there. And I was like running and they were like checking and I felt like I'm 30 or 29, like
everything we do is
anymore. But
yes,
it just came back to that, like being 15, playing a big game. The girls from high school came to watch. Sure. You're like, I've never, like it was this Sunday, I've never ran so much in my life.
Yeah.
Man. I was on that field screaming, running. Let's go, T, let's go.
Dude, it's a mating dance, dude.
It is, yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
you're showing off your masculinity.
Yeah. But you know what sucks? I've had people, luckily I played well. I've had moments where I do that and I suck.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Unstoppables and fall and shit. It's so embarrassing.
Yeah, you did not land the mate on that.
No.
I know. And dude, everything, like one of the reasons I like being a musician is like people find it's an attractive trait.
Yeah.
Like I love it just as much as other people love it.
You have to.
There's a reason you like people put on makeup in the morning because they want to look good for other people.
Fuck yeah.
Like everything we do is a little mating dance.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Like, or else I would just walk around in
like
my ugliest pajamas,
yeah.
Fucking never shave,
right?
Never cut my hair. Like I cut my hair recently. I had decent, compared to you, nothing. But I had way longer hair than this.
Sure.
And I cut it short. It wasn't supposed to be that short. The guy didn't speak English. And I was like, shorter. And he was like, short? I was like, shorter. And he's like, okay. And then I just saw him in slow-mo bring the machine up and just
did it.
Bzzz. And I was like, all right.
Yeah, you're committed.
It is what it is.
Right.
It'll grow back. And then I started getting like a boost from it. I loved the look of it. And I kept telling myself like, wow, that's how little it took for me to start feeling like even better about myself. Now, that's a dangerous circle or cycle, you know? That's where...
Like too confident in yourself?
No. Too having to rely on looking good to feel that way.
Right, where people start getting surgery.
That's the craziest thing, you know?
Dude, I see it every day on Instagram. And it...
Yeah.
And in
every day on dating apps.
The filters thing, whenever I see a filter... I lose a lot in if I was interested in someone, I lose a lot of interest in
for sure,
because it immediately tells me you aren't proud of how you look. You're a little self-conscious. And
it's gonna seep into so many parts of our relationship, from jealousy to needing constant validation. Exactly. I don't want to be part of that.
No, and I want a confident woman.
Yeah, that's so sexy to me.
That's the sexiest thing in the world.
I make that clear on date one, mate. I think that's the sexiest thing when a girl, and not confident like walk into the room and think you're the hottest girl.
Sure.
Confidence just
in
do
your body, dude.
Just do you.
Yeah.
Just tell me what you like and not like.
And
disagree with me if you do, you know.
But it's like those filters are always there.
Yeah.
And if you are just a little bit self-conscious and it costs you nothing to use it.
Right.
It's like for them it's nothing.
Yeah. Exactly.
But then like I see some girls like their entire stories is them using this one filter.
Yeah.
And I'm like all the time. Like I don't even know what they look like until I see them in person. And I'm like do you not see this?
Right.
You know?
Right.
And like especially like people go on these dating apps and all their photos are these fake Facetune things. I'm like I don't want to know what's behind this mask.
No, man. No way. Man, it's not intriguing at all.
No.
Do some people think it's intriguing? Oh, I want to figure out what's behind that filter.
It's disgusting.
I don't think so.
Honestly.
I think I'll skip it.
Yeah.
I think I'll skip it. Thank you.
And then what? We take photos and are you going to edit how I look too?
Yeah. And am I going to start caring?
Right.
It's a wild thing. It's like I've been on dates with girls and we've started hanging out, and when they start asking me to take photos of them at places, I lose it immediately.
I hate that.
Like whatever it is, we'll walk past a nice restaurant or a nice car.
Yeah.
One girl was like, the Ferrari
take a photo
outside.
in front of it.
She was like,
no, dude.
"Oh, can you take a photo of me?" I was like,
no.
"This must be. We're being ironic, right? Is this like a bib? Is this a bit?"
Were there those Instagram boyfriends where they're you see these girls that all the photos are just them.
A guy just like,
who's taking that photo? It's their boyfriend.
And
for some reason he's okay with it.
Yeah. I just remember feeling like, oh wow, you want me to take a photo right now. This is a real bummer. And I had a really good time with her.
It ruins the whole thing.
But ruins the whole thing.
Yeah, you can't get a boner ever again.
So hot though.
Yeah.
So hot.
That's the thing. Like really beautiful women who are also kind of know they're really beautiful.
Yeah.
And it becomes their whole personality.
Yeah.
And they don't get good at anything else. And that's the shit that turns them into low value adults.
Yeah.
Hey, go for it if that's the life you want to live, but it's like, is that really fulfilling? It's wild. Is that really fulfilling?
I don't think those people, I don't think they even understand what fulfilling is, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they've ever felt it. Because if you felt it, then you won't do that.
Sure.
Because then something within you will be like, I need more. It's like I said with some of the boys, it's like they haven't felt that happiness.
Yeah.
So they needed to just try Molly.
Yeah.
And then they do Molly, and then they're able to look me in my eyes and be like, fuck, I think it's so cool that you live on the other side of the world and just do your thing. That's fucking awesome, dude. And I sit there and think like, couldn't you be able to say this over the phone?
Sure.
On a Tuesday, mid-November?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great? You know,
you had to get them fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
To say it.
You got to show them. You got to let them taste that feeling. It's like if you're insecure and now you've tasted confidence, you're like, oh, fuck, this is how I want to feel. You know, I don't want to be nervous when I talk to girls.
A lot of people, you know, they get locked into this path and they don't know how to like seize it.
Right.
You know, like almost like they have less free will.
What do you mean?
like some people like they get some degree or something, and they're like, all right, now I have to go work in this field. It's not really a job I like. I'm with this girlfriend. I'm getting older. I'm gonna marry her because I don't want to go date again. And then they're in this whole path of just decisions almost being made for them because they feel like they can't get out of it, or they don't know how to pivot from it.
They don't know that that's a reality even.
Yeah, it takes people like you or like someone to just really, who's close to them, to really just throw a huge curveball in their own life and restart almost, for those people to see that it is possible.
Yeah, for sure. You've had that too. Like, we've been influenced by people that did that too.
Yeah.
In some way.
Right.
I might not be able to name them right now, but the fact that
all my favorite artists, dude.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. Like fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers. Just being cool as fuck and doing their own thing in itself makes me, and listening to the music and relating, and it's empowering,
It takes balls to pursue a dream, dude.
Yeah, it does.
And it's
or just carelessness.
Yeah.
Complete fucking I don't give a fuck.
It's borderline recklessness.
Yeah, it is. It's just like, I make music. Like, there is no other thing for me. It happened to become popular.
Yeah.
If this didn't become what it is, I would have been at a pub playing music.
Sure.
But I was always going to be playing music. It wasn't for the fame. Like, that's the fucking mentality.
So Norway, you feel like back home, if you wanted to be a rock star, people would judge you for that?
I think it's more accepted now.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something that is crazy. And luckily I have an ability to change or see things from different perspectives. But one of my best friends, when I was like 27, he sat me down, or he invited me out to go grab a beer. And he was like, I wanted to talk to you. And I was like, okay, I thought it was something serious. And he was like, I just think, now we're 27 and you've lived in LA for a long time, but isn't it time to like come back and, get a job? And because, you're going to want that at some point. You want that security. And I just remember looking at him initially being crazy insulted.
Yeah.
Being like, you think I'm doing this for like fun? This is who I am.
Right. What am I going to come back here and do?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then realizing this is how he is. And in his world, this is something he did for someone he actually cares about a lot. He thinks that I just don't get it. He thinks that I just have gotten caught up in the world a bit, in drugs and life, and I don't know what I'm doing. And he felt like he needed to be like, hey, come on, it's time for you to come back. Almost like I had a problem. So I'm able to see it for that.
Yeah.
Well, but it also tells me how fucking narrow-minded these people are. I'm like, yo, you think I have to do this? I choose to do this. I love this shit.
Well, they don't see your perspective. Like those people, like where they don't know how much fun you're having. They don't know how well your career is in reality. Like all they're seeing is a social media portrayal.
Yeah.
They don't know the nuances of your day and day.
They don't.
And to come back home to, especially after you being gone for so long, what the fuck are you going to do? Are you going to go work at the butcher shop?
Right.
Like, there's no acting. You go where your passions and career takes you, dude. Like,
yeah.
Like if you want to, call it quits, like, so be it. I might stay in LA regardless.
Right. Yeah. Or if I call it quits, I want to call it quits.
Yeah.
Not because some social norm told you that by 29 you should. If I want to call it quits, I'll call it quits.
Yeah.
Easy. But if I don't want to, I won't. It's a pretty easy equation, honestly.
I mean, again, like you need to have some self-awareness.
Yeah.
If you're in LA for 10 years trying to be a rock star and you make the worst music anyone's ever heard.
Yeah.
And you're so blind to that.
Yeah.
That's just foolishness.
Right.
And borderline stupidity.
Yeah, sure.
But
oblivious to reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple of those as well.
There's a lot of those people too.
Yeah.
And those people should probably go back home.
Yeah, sure.
And try and get employed.
Yeah. Or should they just live the dream?
Yeah.
Think that maybe one day, and
live
that's
in bliss,
what
dude.
drives them.
Yeah.
It drives them that maybe one day.
Sure.
And maybe that day doesn't come, but they at least get to play music and live in LA and do their thing. Like, just let them.
Sure.
Fuck it. You know, like, I
It's
don't
not
give a
your
fuck.
life, dude.
We're not going to be hanging out, but you do you, mate. You know what I mean? Like, go do you.
Right.
For sure.
I mean, that was the sad thing about Chicago. Like, I love Chicago. All my family's there. A lot of friends are still there. But dude, it just was not the scene of anything I'm interested in.
Right.
And there's only so many ties that can keep you somewhere.
For sure.
Once that like little extra straw on the camel's back comes where you're like, fuck it. There's just one more con on top of the pros or whatever.
Yeah. 100%.
You need the balls to just dip.
Yeah. But what they, like you said initially as well, like what these people don't see and understand, it's how much fun you're having and all this, but they're also not understanding where you are with yourself compared to where you were. Like, I'm at the happiest I've ever been.
Same, dude.
So I wouldn't want to change that ever.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever that is. Now, that's why I follow my intuition. So I know at some point I'd like to live in Venice. I want that for a year or two. And I want to live in New York. I know I have that under my belt that I need to just experience that, you know? But that comes. And when that comes, it comes. But I'll make sure that I get to experience that. I want that.
Yeah.
So I'll make that happen, no matter what that means. If that means roommates and having to use the subway every day to get near a bar, I'm going to live there, right?
Yeah.
But that's part of the charm in my world, is that I am able to make those choices. Like, if I want to live in New York City, I can. If I want to move to Madrid, I can.
Yeah.
That's what I live for. Well, if I want to meet this person or that person or come to Long Beach and do a podcast, I will.
Yeah.
That's what I love, you know?
There's nothing better than feeling as free as the wind, dude.
Yeah.
Having no one tying you down. Dude, the biggest thing in my life tying me down is my dog.
Right.
And even then, she's not that.
She gives more than she takes.
She's not that demanding. Yeah. She's like, dude, just give me food and shit me every once in a while. And
I'll love you unconditionally.
You know, like,
fair deal.
And then just let me sleep next to you.
Yeah, let me run a bit.
Yeah.
And let me maybe meet a dog or two sometimes, you know?
I know. I kind of wish like I spayed her when she was a puppy. I kind of wish like I didn't. I would have loved to have more puppies.
How did you get her? Like,
so my this is annoying, a sad story, and not that sad, but so like a week after I moved here, my brother-in-law, he's like, yo, there's a litter of boxer puppies being born in Dallas, and I want one of them. And he asked me to go get him because I'm down to do anything on a whim.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And so I fly to Dallas, and I got this dog, cutest fucking puppy ever.
Yeah.
I drive her all the way to Chicago, and I show up. It was supposed to be like a surprise for my sister, and like they had like 2 young twins at the time, and it's supposed to be a surprise. And I get there. My sister has a meltdown, does not want the dogs, dude.
Oh, wow.
Did not. I think it was just too much stress on top of raising a pair of twins.
Yeah, it's too much.
It was a lot,
yeah.
You know, and it was so out of the blue. Like, I just left and I just showed up again. I think it was a lot of emotions.
Yeah.
So I had to take her.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a blessing in disguise.
I know.
Wow, she is gorgeous.
She's a good looking dog.
Yeah, and she's just I'm such a dog person. And a lot of dogs are just dogs.
Yeah.
And some dogs are gentle and fragile. But some dogs are just like that. Where they're quirky and a bit weird and cute and loving.
Yeah.
And lets you know and has character and personality. Like, it's the best.
Well, dude, I grew up with boxers. Like,
really?
When I was in first grade, we had a boxer. Got another one like a few years later. All my sisters have boxers.
Wow.
Like, their personality,
love them,
is so lively.
Yeah.
And they're so smart and loyal. Like, I walk around with her without a leash, and she's right by me.
It's incredible.
She's amazing.
And she is fun for you when you're like, if you're just home on a Friday and you have a self-care day,
it lets you
smoke a bit and watch a movie, and she
smile
jumps
a lot
up next
more
to
in
you.
your day-to-day, dude.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
if I was living alone, I would not be laughing and
as
like
much.
And like I talk to her. You know, she's
best
like
friend.
She's like my daughter, dude. And like,
it's incredible.
The lowest stress like of any daughter.
Yeah.
You know,
what's the biggest for any listener that's considering a dog? They also should know, right, that it's It's a responsibility.
It's responsibility.
It's not just like giving. You
can't leave them alone all day.
You can't. People
like,
do that.
You have to come back. Like, I mean, like I sometimes when I do have to do that, like WAG, I have a walker that'll show up.
Exactly.
But it costs money, and I try not. I'd rather just be there for her.
Yeah.
But
but you're out making money.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
you take her with you? Sorry, but would you bring her with you?
Sometimes I do. She's just a lot of energy.
Yeah.
She's a distraction.
Yeah.
And
what tires her out? Like, could you go for like a serious hike or a dog park and then bring her, so she would just lay there and be fucking exhausted?
If anything, I like to do that and just leave her here, and she'll just nap.
Yeah.
She'll just zonk out. And
so cute.
she's like every morning she wakes me up at 7 a.m. to eat, and I have to go to the park and jump her and run her around.
Love it.
And then I can do whatever I gotta do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
you got to get it done.
You have to get it done.
Yeah.
It's just
that's awesome.
But it's nice, you know. You get exercise. Like, she gets you out of the house.
Yeah.
And some people need that
for sure.
Like I'll be working in my apartment unless I'd have to go somewhere and do something. Like, I'll just be working.
Yeah.
And she kind of takes me out of it sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's crucial. Like, I've implemented that in my morning routine now as well. It's like I get out and I meditate outside for like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I journal. I read for like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Then I check social media.
Sure.
Then I check my phone. And now when I hang out with friends and they'll spend the night and the morning after they wake up and they're like, the first thing they do is Instagram. I'm like, oh, getting like shot fucking thoughts into your brain, like shock system.
I know.
It's like, take a break. Just ease into the day, yeah?
I wish we didn't have it, dude.
Yeah,
like,
same.
I wish I was born like 40 years ago, honestly.
Well, at least what year were you born in?
95.
Yeah, so at least we've experienced what it was like without it.
Right.
We are the craziest generation.
We're the last one, yeah.
We got the transition, and we're going to get the fucking craziest shit. We're going to get the AI shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we're getting all of it. It's trippy for us.
I know. Honestly, like, again, boomer talk.
Sure.
But like, yeah, being able to grow up where you aren't so heavily conditioned to be looking at the screen.
Yeah.
Or caring about these notifications or appeasing an algorithm.
Yeah, basically.
All these kids have that.
It's insane.
And I think it's gonna create a lot of mental issues that are gonna really manifest.
Yeah.
Like, if they aren't already.
And there are plenty of goods as well. Like, you don't get the George Floyd awareness without social media, for example, right? Yeah. That's an extreme example, and I don't get as much of a notification when Freddy Gibbs is in town and does a pop-up show.
Yeah.
You know, I got to be on Reddit for that before social media, right? So that part is real nice. I love that part.
There's a pros and cons to every bit of technology.
But there has to be moderation. You just got to enjoy it. Like, when I'm on Instagram, it's like a savory treat. I'm like, I'm gonna go chill it for 10 minutes and be on Instagram.
Yeah.
Fucking just indulge.
Right.
And then 10-15, it always goes over as time flies.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's enough.
But you never get, if you, like, some people have crippling addictions, like, to anything. But if you have a crippling addiction to something that isn't really benefiting you in any way, if you aren't an influencer and you're not even making money from being on the internet or on social media, you're wasting away your life.
Yeah.
You're just throwing it away.
And you're comparing subconsciously, constantly comparing.
Oh, yeah.
What could have been. It's not even comparing to others' success. It's like comparing to, oh, I should have lived in Italy. Or, oh, I wish I could drive that car.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck it is, you just constantly are reminded of shit you don't have or shit you want. And that mentality. Have you seen that Conor McGregor documentary on Netflix now?
Dude, I've been meaning to watch it, yeah.
It's great, but he says one thing pretty early on where he's asked, what do you want? What's the dream? And he says, I want a ton of shit, obviously. But my mentality is, I don't want anything. I have everything I need. That is just the baseline mentality that he carries himself with. And sometimes when I hear shit like that, I'm like, this is a mega successful man.
Yeah.
Telling me the recipe. Why am I not fucking implementing it into my life?
That's just the capitalism though. Like, where you want more and more.
Yeah.
And you can you can do that and you can live your life like that.
Constantly chasing.
And then it's like, I need more square footage to fit more of my shit.
Yeah.
Now I need to go buy a house so I can fit more of my shit in my house.
Crazy. Have you read This Is Water?
No.
By David Foster Wallace?
Mm-mm.
It's this commencement speech of his. He talks about that particular thing and he compares it to everything. Like, if you put value in looks, you'll die 1,000 times before you die. You know? Every time you look in the mirror, you'll eventually not love it. If you go for intellect, if you try to be the smartest, you'll always feel like you're on the verge of being found out. If you go for power, you'll never have enough. Like, you'll never have enough power, and the same with money. But there's also a part of me, when people say that, I'm like, yeah, but I'd like to just get to experience it on my own.
Yeah.
I'd like to have so much money.
It's funny too. A lot of people who say those things have those things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So they're telling you it's not what it seems to be, but I'm like, yeah, but I'd like to have the money and figure it out on my own. There's
a threshold to everything. It's like, I wish I had enough money to afford to have that health insurance right now.
Yeah, sure.
But I'm not really there right now.
Right.
Humans will always, like, we judge. We love judging and we love comparing. And it's like, oh, I wish I was with someone just that much cuter.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, you can't
imagine thinking that way.
Yeah, you can't be happy with that, what you have.
Like, bigger apartment, bigger house, better clothes, cooler shit. Like, you cannot look at everyone and be like, oh, I wish I had the Freddy's growth, mustache growth.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
But it's like, even to that point, it's like, fuck, I wish I could grow a mustache like that. Let's just not think that way.
Yeah.
You know, skip it.
Start wearing
one.
A little sticky.
You know? But yeah, acceptance, right? That's what it comes down to. And gratitude.
You're only here for so many years, dude.
Yeah.
And you're only given one body.
Yeah, for sure.
Deal with it.
Enjoy it, mate.
Yeah. All right, let's try.
Good times.
We got a few more advice things we can check out here.
Let's do it.
Let's see what we got. So I've been talking to this girl for a bit, and she sent a message basically offering to send me nudes. I like her, but I've also pretty much lost all of my sex drive ever since I went on this pretty aggressive calorie deficit diet. So I'm not really interested in anyone's nudes at the moment. Should I just let her send the nudes? Is there any way for me to decline without making it seem like I don't like her? Honestly, yeah, send the nudes and just don't look at them for a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
Because once you say no, then there's something in the back of our minds to be like, does he not like me?
Yeah.
You know?
If he likes her, he gotta say yes.
Yeah.
But if he's really cool, he tells the truth. He just says it.
Yeah.
He says, I'd love the nudes. I'm doing this fucking crazy fast. I'm just trying a thing. Own it. And it's just fucking with my sex drive. Like, 99% of other times you would have met me, I would have been excited about this. Right now, I'm just not, and it'll pass. But dude, fucking send the nudes. Maybe it'll help. Dude,
if anything affected my sex drive at that point, I would immediately stop doing it.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Like, what are you doing?
Unless you're like sick, right?
Yeah.
You have like crazy inflammation everywhere. And this diet is the only thing that makes you feel normal.
Maybe.
Whatever it is, you know?
Yeah.
But figure it out, you know? You gotta have some sex drive.
Yeah, you need a little bit. Like, that's what keeps me chugging.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand with confidence for me. Like, my sex drive is way higher when I'm confident.
Yeah.
When I'm not really feeling myself, or if I'm too busy and shit, my sex drive is pretty low.
You ever been with a girl who just had a lot lower sex drive than you?
Yeah.
Is it torture?
It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm never gonna push. I never will. I'll make it clear that I would love to fuck, and if she doesn't, I know we won't. I'm not gonna try the whole night.
Yeah, one of my first girlfriends was like that.
It's tough. Yeah.
It just kind of cements this idea, at least for me, like, this isn't gonna last.
Yeah, for sure. Can't be like this all the time.
No.
But have you had it the other way around, where she has higher sex drive?
Unfortunately, no.
Really?
No.
Okay, you probably have high sex drive then.
I do.
Yeah.
I've never been with a girl that demanded it or like refused, like
wanted it times where you didn't.
Yeah, it's definitely always been me with the higher sex drive.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
I think that's the norm.
Yeah.
I think that's the majority of relationship dynamics.
Most men, for sure. I think it's also like, I'm always very active and kind of take care of myself a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. So if you aren't, hitting the gym routinely or something, or in just a right mental state,
all
of that influences
For
your
sure.
libido.
That's a great point.
And some people like neglect things that will just cure them of that, you know?
Yeah, 100%. That's such a solid point.
Getting good sleep, eating right.
Drinking water.
Yeah.
Mental health stuff. If it's
Just-
working out.
Just all those little, like, I always like think of like The Sims where they have like these little bars of like, you need to go shit to raise your hygiene, like take a shower, like all these little basic human things you got to fill out just to be at a healthy
checklist. Yeah. And that's why you make it an enjoyable routine, because you realize you need to implement this into your everyday.
Yeah.
But I also need to enjoy it.
Exactly. I think sleep is one of the most important things you can get, dude. Like if you're
100%.
cutting if you're cutting your hours when you shouldn't be, it's gonna catch up to you.
Fucks with everything.
You're gonna get sick.
Yeah. Fucks with everything.
Everything.
It's the craziest thing, because the girl I was seeing the last couple of weeks was always getting up at like 7 or 8. But regardless of when we went to bed. So we go out, we'd party, we'd drink, go to an after party. I'm home at 4, you know?
Sleep, yeah.
Gets up at 8. And then I'm like, okay, listen, that's not who I am. I need another 4 hours.
Yeah.
Or else I'm going to be having a shit day.
Sure.
So can you, like, if we're at my place, can you go and chill?
Uh-huh.
But she gets so bored. She doesn't want to. She wants me to get up and like hang out. And I knew immediately, I was like, this is going to be a challenge. I need my sleep.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm getting up on 4 hours and then we're just going to go like cuddle in the couch.
Sure.
No, mate.
When do you usually get up?
Depends on when I go to bed. But on an average, I usually get up at like 8.
Yeah, me too.
And then the weekend, it's like, if I go out, it's 8 hours after I go to bed, basically.
Nice.
Every time.
Yeah.
It's always 8 hours.
I can't, honestly, my body does, I mean, granted, I have a fucking dog. She doesn't let me do a lot of things.
Right.
But I haven't slept in, I don't think I've ever slept in past noon. Like my body just wakes me up.
Yeah.
It's like.
Noon isn't that crazy. That's pretty late.
That's aggressive.
Yeah, that's pretty late. Like,
yeah.
But you can't, is what you're saying.
Like my sister, like she used to, I remember in high school, dude, she would be late for school all the time because she just slept in.
Yeah.
And like.
Because some people are like that.
Some people like that.
Yeah. But if I go to bed at 9 a.m., I'm up at fucking 5 p.m.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, at 9 a.m.
Yeah,
you do that often?
No, never, man. And every single time I do it, before I go to bed,
bad decision.
I'm like, what the fuck do I do this? I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
It wasn't that fun. Even this Saturday, I was going out. I was at Break Room 86 in K-Town.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, it's almost like live music. It's a really popular place. It's one of the cool spots in LA. It's like a secret entrance and it's all the shit. But they don't play my kind of music. It's just like a ton of people in a dance circle singing like, whoa, living on a prayer. I'm just like,
all white people.
Can't do this. All white people, you know? And then I know it's annoying to go up to the DJ. I don't really do that, you know? But
can you put something?
Like, yeah, when it was like 1:40, I knew they were going to start turning the lights on. I walked up to the DJ and I was like, can you just play like 1 or 2 like dance music songs? Like whatever the fuck it is. Like play Freddy again, you know?
Uh-huh.
And he looked at me and he was like, fuck yes. And he played like 4 tracks like back to back to back to back while they were turning the lights up and everything.
Huh.
I took that dance floor and just fucking took it over,
Hell
right?
yeah, dude.
I loved it. It was worth the whole evening. I love that shit so much.
I think Europe too. I mean, they got it crazy.
You're gonna love it. It's wild.
I'm sure, dude.
Italy is the place though where you would probably benefit from not going to one of the big cities. Just like obviously, like going to Rome and seeing the Colosseum and stuff is, it's fucking incredible.
I don't care about that, really.
Okay, then you don't go at all.
Yeah.
Then you should. Italy is the one place where you should go to like towns outside, like Lecce and Parma and lots like small towns that has a city in it.
Mm-hmm.
But every corner, every street has
it's real, dude.
has a bakery and a cafe, and you're just like,
not these tourist prices or anything.
No, no one speaks English. You're just gonna have to point at things. You're gonna be like, bread, ham, bread, white wine, whatever, you know, coffee.
Uh-huh.
It's like they just don't see that the world works. They just do their own thing. Everything is made out of stone.
I know.
Everyone is old. Everything is authentic.
Yeah, I wish I learned
fucking
Italian,
awesome, dude.
Man. I know some Spanish, but My mom and her whole family is all from Sicily.
Really?
So,
Italian is such a sexy language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if I go there, like I'm just gonna like fall in love with every woman I see, dude.
It will.
Because it's just like,
and it's crazy because you have there's a lot of Italians that have your look.
yeah.
You wouldn't think so, but it's a very Italian look to have a lot of tattoos, mustache, long hair. It's super Italian. Like you would assume that the Italian is the guy with the combed brown hair and looks like a fucking football player, you know?
Sure. The stereotypical Italian
Yeah,
American.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. But that's not it.
Yeah.
I think you'll be enjoying it a lot down there.
Dude, my sister and I were trying to get Italian passports right now because with like our grandfather
that'd be sick.
was like blood Italian, and like we're going through the course right now to get it. Like
that's so cool.
and then thus I would have like an EU passport.
Yes, it makes you way easier.
I can't wait.
Oh, that's amazing.
I don't know if it's gonna happen fully because it's taken a while, but it'll be gnarly.
Very much so.
Yeah,
it's very cool. It's such a cool place, and you're going from one place to another. It feels like you're only going from like Seattle to San Francisco. Distance-wise, you are.
Right.
But when you get out of the train, it's a different
Everything's
world all of a
different.
sudden.
What's your favorite place in Europe? I assume you've hit it all, right?
Yeah, probably. It depends on where I'm at. Like, I love England. I love London and Manchester. I'm a big football fan. I think...
You like the girls out there?
No, not so much. Not so much.
Yeah.
The girls is like, without a doubt, Italian and Spanish. It's a different world. Spanish chicks are ridiculous.
I like Irish girls too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll find plenty of them then. But I'd say like Barcelona, Seville, anywhere in Tuscany, like northern Italy. I love wine country.
Yeah. And
then I've never been to a crazier place than like Amsterdam. Like it's fucking crazy. It's almost sad, you know.
The only thing I've done in Europe so far is Belgium and
that's cool.
The Netherlands.
Yeah, Amsterdam.
Yeah, I was there for a little bit. Rotterdam and spent a lot of time in Ghent in Belgium.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, my brother-in-law, his sister lived there before she moved to Scotland.
Ah,
but
wow, Belgium is wild. It's so authentic.
I loved it.
It's so amazing.
I was a big fan.
Yeah, I bet.
I love America.
Yeah.
I do. But I also hate America.
Right.
You know, there's just like, it's like the worst like girlfriend you've ever had.
Yeah.
Like they do so much for you and there's so much potential.
Yeah.
But they, like any chance they make a toxic situation.
Yeah.
Rosie, Rosie.
Oh, baby.
She wants to come in here.
Baby.
Should I bring her in here?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's so cool. Like Budapest as well, or Prague. Yeah. One or the other, you know. You want to come in? Hi.
Oh, hello.
Hi, pretty girl. Hi, pretty girl.
Did you grow up with dogs or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many. I still have like joint custody on a dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I dog sit all the time.
Nice.
Hi, you're going so crazy. You can't even get the cuddles because you're going so crazy. I get it. Get it. Okay. Get it. Get it.
I am a 29-year-old woman.
Ooh, hello.
That's me. So tired and drained and burnt out from dating and hooking up that I'm just about to give up. I want a life partner, but I don't want to be stressed about it or constantly feel like I'm settling. And I want to have fun, but it gets tough being alone. What advice would you give your younger self in regards to dating?
She wants to...
It seems like she's conflicted about getting in a committed relationship, but also...
wanting that connection.
Mm-hmm.
I have a coined phrase called casual consistency. And I am a firm believer in just knowing what you want and then going for that, to be honest about it. And casual consistency requires, it's not about the sex only. I'm human and I need a connection, right? So I want to go to a farmer's market with someone and I want to watch a movie and I want to hold hands and I want some of that and someone to talk to and go to a dance club with and get fucked up and have a good time, you know? I want that.
Yeah.
But I know, because I just came out of a pretty serious long-term relationship, I know I'm not going to be able to give you what you deserve if this became a committed relationship. It wouldn't work. That's not what I'm looking for. So I know I'm asking for a lot. I'm asking for all of it without the strings. But that's what I'm asking for. So if you don't want to do that, that's okay. If you do though, like she sounds like she's kind of wanting, suddenly she'll meet someone like me, right?
Yeah.
And I'll explain it to her what I'm looking for. She'll look for the same thing. We can engage now on a platform or a foundation of agreement, right?
Sure.
I think that's the key. Just be honest about what you're looking for and tell people.
Yeah.
They're going to meet people that want that.
I think it gets tough as you get older, and I don't know, some people, they look in the mirror and they see themselves aging.
Yeah.
And they're like aging out of like the dating pool or something,
Yeah.
Or like, will I find someone that is, up to my standards?
Yeah.
Because I'm aging out of my standards.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's scary for some people, especially for women who have this biological clock on having kids.
Yeah.
And they want to, have a life partner.
Yeah.
And then we can
chill. Yeah.
I know it's sad.
Very unfair.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Like for her, honestly, like 29's young, dude.
Yeah, it's so young.
So fucking
Don't worry
young.
about it at all.
Yeah.
I do genuinely believe in being aware of what you want, though. Know what you want, and then just go for that.
Yeah.
While doing that, be open-minded.
Sure.
Be open to maybe this thing that you didn't want to get serious. Maybe you start to feel like you want it to be serious, and maybe he does too.
Yeah.
Fuck, then don't stop then, right? Follow what you want.
I'm kind of a hedonist a little bit. Like, just go for the pleasure, bro. Have
Really?
fun, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you're only here for so long. You might fucking get shot tomorrow. You're in America, bro.
Yeah.
Have fun today.
But it sounds like when I hear that, I assume some girls are going to be like, oh, he just wants the pleasure. He just wants to fuck.
Sure.
Like, that's not the only pleasure.
Yeah.
It's also the pleasure of spending time with someone you get along with.
Eating a fat burger, bro.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
You have to answer that.
No. It's just an alarm.
For sure.
Yeah, eating a fat burger, going out on a Friday, calling that girl that you're not sure if we'll get along, but let's give it a go.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? Try to make art.
Yeah, there's so many pleasures in this world, and like, you don't need to derive your entire pleasure set from another human.
No, not at all. Not at all. But you need certain things that you can only get from a human.
Yeah.
And that needs to be satisfied by someone you get along with.
Right.
It just does.
Yeah,
both physically and mentally.
We all need to come, bro.
We all need to come. Yeah. But we all need to come mentally as well, yeah?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude,
like,
I'm coming mentally all day.
Right, there you go, yeah.
Like, it's like an endless splooge.
And then when you're hanging out with someone that you don't fucking get along with on a fucking communication level,
right?
I'm not coming at all mentally. I'm sitting here waiting when it's acceptable for me to, fuck off without looking like a dick.
I love, have you seen the old weightlifting doc with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
Lifting iron or
lifting,
something.
Yeah, some of that. Some iron.
And he's like, I go home and I come. I go to the gym and I come all day. And it's like he's just, everything he's doing, he's deriving pleasure from.
Yeah.
And
literally.
that's really what you should aim for in life,
Yeah.
dude. Like, if there's something that's bogging you down, cut it the fuck out of your life, dude.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Yeah.
Seriously.
Life's too short to have a portion of it suck.
Yeah. And some things, that's not to say that, because some people will equate that to saying like, well, you need to work hard and be uncomfortable. It's like, yeah. There's also pleasure in that.
Yeah.
Right? Not everything is getting a massage and smoking weed and partying and meeting girls. I get that part, right?
Or it could be.
It could be. But, you also find pleasure in challenging yourself and doing shit, right?
Yeah.
And so I understand there's going to be ups and downs. My point is that the general feeling is that I'm not tied down by something that is controlling me.
Yeah.
That just isn't the case anymore.
Like, I don't love working out.
Right. No.
It's not something I really enjoy doing.
No.
But I do it for all the other pleasure that comes from that.
You love the package.
Yeah.
I don't love the fucking last minute of showering when I turn the thing on to cold.
You're right.
And I stand there in the cold and breathe. I fucking dread it every single time. I've done it every day for months now.
Sure.
I still dread it so much. And anytime I'm hungover, I allow myself not to.
Yeah.
I wake up hungover, I can barely see straight. I'm like, I gotta get in the shower. I get in the shower, then I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm going cold today. It's hot all the way.
Dude, the hotter the... You ever take a bath?
Oh, all the time.
I haven't taken a bath in a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
It's the shit. I love it.
Is that more common back home?
Good question. Yeah, probably. I grew up taking a lot of baths. I still do. I'll fucking pamper myself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have a book. I'll light a candle. I'll have a bath bomb. I'll have Epsom salt.
Wow.
I'll play music. Turn the lights down.
Nice,
smoke a
dude.
joint. I'll be in that bitch for 40 minutes.
Self-care
simmering.
day, bro. That's awesome.
That's all it is, yeah.
I think a lot of men would be afraid to say that they did that.
Well, they should care
They're
about
pussy.
other things.
They're fucking pussies.
Yeah.
And
But also, we got to encourage them.
yeah.
Instead of like only saying, yeah, you are being a pussy by not doing it, but also encourage them to be like, yo, you have almost the responsibility
Yeah. Take care of yourself.
to break that stereotype
Yeah.
and be like, look, just be cool enough to be like, that's how I do it.
Right.
I understand. Like, I moved in with my best friend in London in 2017 or 18, and I would take baths, you know, and he had never been around that before.
Yeah.
And he was like, what the fuck did you do last night? It's like, what do you mean? You were like, it sounded like you were crying. I was like, I might have at some point been crying in there. Yeah, I was blasting Frank Ocean, smoked a joint and listened to music, and I thought about things.
Yeah.
And I went over certain things I want to get better at and certain things I love about myself. I did inventory, you know?
Uh-huh.
And he was like, what the fuck? That's so weird, dude. A couple of months later, I come home
He's crying in the
and I
bathroom.
see the bathroom is locked, the light is off, but I see the flickering of a live candle.
Wow.
And he comes out. I wanted to fuck with him, but I wanted him to have the experience.
Uh-huh.
Came back out and I was like, pretty nice, huh? And he's like, that was amazing. And now he takes baths.
Dude, I didn't take a fucking bath.
Baths? Oh, do you have a bathtub?
I do.
Oh, dude.
I took a lot of baths growing up. It's just
Get to it, man.
I'm also a little again, that's the thing in me. Like, I want to be in and out. I don't want to spend an hour in here right now.
But you need to.
I need to.
You need to.
If I had a
perform
jacuzzi
better.
with some jets, dude, you know, in the living room.
If I had, yeah.
When I do. Next week.
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not paying for the movers when I move. I'm paying
really?
for the jacuzzi.
Yeah.
in the living room. But
no, you do need that.
Yeah.
You need to cue 15 songs that you barely can listen to on a daily basis, but this time you will. And you put the candle on and you've given her a treat. So you hear her constantly enjoying herself with a thick treat, you know?
yeah.
And you just smoke a little bit and you lay down in the hot bathtub and you just think. It's fucking amazing, mate.
Well, a lot of us, I mean, we surround ourselves with distractions.
Yeah.
Whether it's work or our phones, something that just stops you from having an internal dialogue.
Yeah. But it's weird. Like, the reason why I preach it is because it's like I feel like I've found like a cheat code in life. If I have shit going on, that's a big deal. If I'm about to do, like, when I did a Hulu show not too long ago and I was really nervous about it. Like, I'll take a bath and I'll sit with the feelings that come. Like, what am I nervous about? What's the outcome I'm fearing? And I just envision it, and then I just accept it if it were to happen. And then I envision it going well and how I'm going to handle insecurities on set and shit like that. And so when I show up on set, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm fucking ready, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you need to combat all of those feelings.
However you do it. But you need to figure, if that's going for a fucking 10-mile run with no music, just fucking drill the fucking thoughts out, you know? You do you, mate.
Yeah,
but you can't just push it down. You gotta let it come up a bit.
that shit'll boil.
That shit'll boil, and we don't want any boiling inside.
No. All right, let's try another question here, brother.
Let's do it.
How do I get dates when I'm 4'11" and bald? I can't grow a beard, nor does bald suit me. I have a weird head shape. Trying to do the best I can in terms of finance, personality, charisma, and appearance. I tried dating apps, cold approaching, and asking friends, but things are unfortunately not working out. Still waiting on going on my first date.
Oh, wow.
That's brutal. Seems like not many women are keen on dating a short and bald guy, especially women of my age.
How old is he? 24?
He's
What is it?
23.
23.
If anyone has any voice, please give it.
Wow. well, first, let's just accept that it's a tough predicament.
Yeah.
Let's just
I'm
get
sorry,
that off the
but-
table. Yeah, that's
yeah.
a bummer.
But he's also young.
Yeah.
He's got time to figure shit out.
And aware.
Uh-huh.
He's aware of what's going on
It's a
here.
good first step.
The guys I know that have the most game that you wouldn't think are the guys that are aware of who they are.
Yeah.
And they'll, like, I have a guy that will just walk up to girls and will be like, in a smooth way, he'll explain to them that he's aware that he's not the type they love. But he's
Yeah.
a fucking cool guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And the way he does it makes them just like, fuck yeah, I want to hang out with this guy. This is a cool guy.
Dude, looks will always be second to charisma.
Always.
If you can talk your way in and out of anything,
Yeah.
you don't need hair, bro.
No, not at all. And you don't need height.
Get a hat.
And it's easy to say now. Yeah,
Get
wear
a
a hat.
nice hat.
Get a fucking thing. Yeah, don't get a fedora actually. But embrace it. But also just hang out with people that don't care too much about that.
Yeah.
Like if you're in LA, don't live in Beverly Hills. Come
Sure.
to Echo Park.
Yeah.
Come hang out with us in Echo Park. It's less judgments.
It is sad because you start getting self-conscious if you can't even land your first date.
Yeah.
So you start spiraling. But he's already, he's doing this work where he's thinking about his personality.
Yeah.
And charisma.
Listen, at the end of the day, like I told you, everyone is fucking insecure.
Yeah.
Everyone is at some level. So if you show up with just a little bit of positivity, even it doesn't have to be confidence. Show up with positivity. Show up with joy.
Yeah.
Show up with humor. Just pick one of those. You don't have to try all three. You don't even have to have any talent. Just be happy. Just pretend to be constantly happy around people. Promise you, people are gonna want to be around you.
Dude, I read a book, 5 traits to like influence people, and it's not like a creepy book or anything, but just having a smile.
Yeah.
When you're just talking to people, even on the phone, it will get through the mood and just the vibrancy of your conjecture or whatever, and it will change things for you. If you look like you're fucking pissed off and depressed, the negativity will attract.
Yeah. And if you're a little reserved and you show up to a gathering and you kind of are too insecure to engage, but you're good looking, people are going to think you're arrogant.
Right.
People are going to think you're...
Or mysterious.
You think you're too good for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Show up with a smile and just be nice to people all the time.
Yeah.
It's really difficult, but I try to do that as well. And
a lot of people,
it really works.
A lot of people also don't get in situations that they socialize growing up.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like a muscle. Like you need to practice socializing.
Yeah.
How to converse, develop a vocabulary, develop a personality.
Deal with your insecurities that pop up when she says this or when she looks like that.
And if you cold approach a girl and just talk to her, it doesn't even have to be like insinuating you want to ask her out or anything, but you're practicing talking to a woman.
Yeah, basically.
And that'll get you one step closer.
Yeah.
100%.
Maybe set yourself, I know you're not dating, right? But set yourself a thing where I'm not going to be dating for a year.
Yeah.
For 1 year, I'm not going to give a fuck about dating. Now, you're not dating anyways. But by saying that you're not, every time you think about it, you'll be like, I don't even need to think about this because I have 9 months left where I'm not going to be even dating.
Sure.
So I might as well just do me.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you're paddleboarding at fucking a river and some chick comes, or you're playing paddleboard rather.
It is usually when you're not looking that you find that person too.
Yeah, it is. It just is. Like the more you try, it's like a universal law and it's fucking annoying. But the harder you try, the less you're going to get it. Like it's with every chick.
Totally.
It's with every chick I know. If she fucking is a little slow with me, she takes a little time, she doesn't give me the smiley faces and the hearts and the fucking answers quickly, I want more answers.
Yeah.
And if she is fucking on all the time and she's like, I can't wait to see you and I'm so happy we met and shit, then suddenly I'm just like, whoa, are you?
It's stimulating though.
It is.
But yeah, I don't know, man. This guy, I feel bad for this guy, but he's on the right path.
100%.
Yeah.
Own it, mate. At the end of the day,
and
own
life's
it.
not all about dating.
Nah, it's not. And at the end of the day...
Or a beard.
Yeah. At the end of the day, there are prostitutes out there. You just need to have some company, mate.
Yeah, just go to the red light district for a hot minute.
Just go for it. Just have a good time.
Yeah, have a little release, bro.
Maybe a little release will be like, oh, this isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
This is pretty.
The post-nut clarity is real, bro.
It really is, yeah.
It is real.
Yeah, it's very real.
Let's try one more here. I was doing a blind dating event recently. While I did meet a bunch of cool people, many were on the heavier side. I'm 6'1" and about 190 pounds, mostly muscles. I focus on the gym, my school, my sports. I was attracted to a few personalities, but not sexually attracted to them. The last girl I talked to said it was rude that I kept rejecting these girls that liked me over some shallow body type idea. I know fitness is not everyone's thing, but I see plenty of folks at the gym. So am I just looking in the wrong places, or am I just being picky?
Huh.
Dude, you like who you like.
Yeah.
You don't have to conform to somebody. Yeah. You don't have to.
No explanation needed.
No.
I don't find her attractive.
Right.
Oh, is it because she's fat? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't find her attractive.
Yeah.
How about that?
It could be.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be her teeth.
Yeah.
Could be the way she was talking. That's none of your business.
There's a lot of variables that go into me being attracted to someone, dude.
Sometimes I don't even know myself. Sometimes it's just like, we like kissed and it wasn't there.
Right.
What's that? I don't know what that is. Chemistry. Whatever the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Happens.
Yeah,
It's so annoying when people try to label you and judge you and it's because they're fat.
Right.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe I like to go to the gym. Maybe
Yeah.
that's a preference of mine. Maybe they don't want someone that goes to the gym all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes both ways. How about that?
It is interesting, like the body positivity thing, which is kind of an aspect of this question.
For sure.
This guy values people who are fit.
Yeah.
And like this is such a touchy subject, but it is interesting because it's like I'm not really attracted to thicker women. I'll be honest. It's just in my brain.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's the way it is.
It's like a brunette I find more intriguing than a blonde.
Exactly.
I don't know why.
Yeah, opposite for me.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and there's a dude who fucking loves a thick girl, dude.
Yeah, of course, obviously.
Yeah,
obviously.
You just gotta find them.
A bunch of them. I have friends that would love a big girl.
Yeah,
that's what they want. They think my friends that like the petite ones are creepy. Yeah. They think they're like dolls. Yeah, I get it.
Sure,
totally get it. I don't also want a petite, tiny little girl. That's just not my thing either.
Right.
Just give me a woman, like someone want tall, some like short.
Yeah,
so silly to worry too much about that kind of stuff.
It's also America is we got some big girls out here.
True that, like big. Yeah, like big, like floor's shaking, mate. It's wild. America's a crazy place when it comes to that shit. And then you just take one look back at like the Skittles pack and you're like, what's in this thing?
There's sugar in everything.
Sugar in everything. There's sugar in my oat milk,
in your bread.
So why did you put sugar in this milk?
Yeah.
And also sunflower oil? Why is that in here?
Like I buy milk that says unsweetened.
Yeah.
I'm like, which insinuates that the normal milk is sweetened.
Yeah. What do you mean unsweetened milk? Is regular milk sweetened? Yeah. What the fuck?
I know.
That's so dumb.
I know. And we love fucking butter. I mean, everyone loves butter.
Yeah,
but there's butter in like everything.
Here it's crazy.
Yeah.
But you guys also like soda. That's the craziest thing out here.
Right.
Like I did a play last year, and the director, who's this like up and coming director, he showed up to rehearsals at 8 a.m. with a small bag of Frito-Lays and a Dr. Pepper. 8 a.m. mate. And after I got a little comfortable and warm in there, I would be like, yo, what's up? You eat this for breakfast every day? He's like, yeah. I was like, don't you feel like a fucking...
Yeah.
Don't you feel like a trash bag all the time? And he's like, nah, man.
Well, dude, look.
Like, you don't know what feeling good is. That's what the problem here is. You think this is normal, man.
Eat a fucking carrot.
Yeah, have a carrot and go for a walk, yeah? Jesus.
Well, dude, the high fructose corn syrup that goes in all these sodas, like, that shit stains everything. It's like glob of mucus. And like seeing that, like imagining that going through your body and like filling your body out.
Can't be good for you.
No.
Like when you see a metric of how much sugar is in a Coca-Cola bottle.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like, this is a joke, right?
Dude,
this is a ruse.
Have you ever seen how much sugar is in a ketchup bottle?
Why the fuck is there sugar in it?
I know.
Fuck you guys.
I know.
Seriously.
Dude, like for the most, like any condiment, ketchup has the most sugar in it.
That's so dumb to me.
And
sugar, man, just sprinkle it on
tomato.
everything.
It's tomato.
but that's this country.
It's this country.
It's like you'll go places. Like first time I went to like what's going on around like a pumpkin farm. Someone I'd been there for 1 week because it was a fall, you know.
Yeah.
Someone was like, let's introduce him to funnel cake.
Oh.
And it was just dough fried
dough covered in
with
sugar.
powdered sugar and crushed Oreos on top. And I had a bite and I was like, this is probably the best thing I've ever had in my whole entire life.
Well, it hits every fucking neuron.
Everything crisp, sugary, sweet, flavor, soft, everything. And the thought that followed immediately was, I could probably have a heart attack if I finished this thing.
Yeah.
I've never had this much sugar in one sitting my whole life.
Right.
And these guys are getting one each. I thought we were going to share this one.
Yeah.
You guys getting one each of these? You guys are going to get so fat. That's all I could think about. And then I realized it's not necessarily your fault. And you just don't know better.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
It's not good for you.
I hope you're not listening, mate, but the guy I moved in with the first time in LA, he would go to the gym and then he'd come back and he would put on a paper plate, he would put chips, like just like fries, ketchup, and pickles.
Dude, I used to do that when I was a kid.
That was his post-meal workout, or meal, post-workout meal. I was like, bro, what's the plan here? Gains, carbs, gains, veggies. Even I was like, yo, you are like a fucking bird, mate. Veggie. You have nothing in between those 2 ears.
That's disgusting.
This is ridiculous, yeah?
Well, dude, some people eat burgers and like, yeah, I'm hitting all the food groups, bro. And dude, it's like, no, it's like the fried and grease and like fat, like it's
and the sauce and the bread.
You are hitting all the food groups, but you're not supposed to be hitting all the food groups.
Yeah, I had a shock in this country when I came here and I smoked proper weed for the first time.
Yeah,
and someone gave me a pint of like one of the thick Ben and Jerry's.
Oh shit!
I thought it was a joke. Every spoon was like 20 grams of sugar.
It was like a candy.
It was like frozen the best candy, feeling I've ever had. I ate the whole pint. Yeah. And I full on thought I was going to die.
I've done that before. And it's like, they make the size is like, where you're like, you get to a point where like, I could finish it.
Yeah.
You know?
I could finish this.
Yeah.
And you go those laps with yourself.
Right.
I gained so much weight when I moved here. The first couple of years. Ton.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. Just like,
because there's also a lot less walking in this fucking.
No walking. And a lot of partying because I was new here.
Sure.
And a ton of shitty food, and also this kind of food. Like
you have to get that out of your system. You have to try it all
for sure.
And
exploring weed.
Right.
It's like every night. It's Tuesday night.
Yeah.
I'd smoke weed. I'd get on my motorcycle. I'd drive to Ralph's. I'd get like donuts.
You have a motorcycle?
Chocolate. Yeah.
Oh, nice, dude.
Chocolates, whatever. Get everything. Drive back. Just eat and never stop.
What's your? I definitely have a fucking sweet tooth for sure.
Yeah.
But what's your like? If you had to hit Ralph's right now after a fat joint.
So I eat very clean.
It's good.
So I probably wouldn't find anything at Ralph's.
Okay.
But I have my spots. Like I could find something at Whole Foods. I could find something at certain bakeries. Mm-hmm. There's a really good bakery on Larchmont and in Santa Monica called Erin McKenna's. It's like everything is vegan and gluten free.
Sweet.
So, and I have a dairy allergy. So that just like kind of covers everything there. Like a donut there. Baked goods.
Yeah.
I go fucking bananas.
Baked goods are the shit.
Baked goods are everything. Cookies, donuts, cakes, muffins.
Dude, a Danish is my favorite thing in the fucking world.
Wait for Europe.
Oh, I know.
It's only baked goods.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's only baked goods. Oh, it's the fucking best. I can't wait, dude. Love it.
I'm gonna like ship stuff home. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna see something I'm like, I can't carry this with me.
I gotta have this.
But I have to send this.
Yeah. You should just do that for sure.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's like baked goods. And then when I came here, I'd never been an ice cream guy. But when I came here and I had that Ben and Jerry's, I was like, being high, having that is probably the peak.
Yeah. We're at the golden age of ice cream, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get vegan ice cream if you need it.
I'll go to Salt and Straw and get like a mint double chocolate chip ice cream that tastes like fucking heaven.
Yeah.
And it's dairy free. And then after I'll be like, wow, I haven't had that much of sugar in a while, you know?
Dude, my mom used to buy the Neapolitan where it's like chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla.
The cake?
Well, cake, but it was ice cream. Like strawberry ice cream.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Tricolor, we call it.
I fucking tricolor.
Yeah, tricolor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And oh my god, dude.
Chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, right?
Yeah, and you can just hop between them, and it's like, especially when you're a kid, you don't care about your body.
Not at all.
You know,
you don't know. But see what you're doing there, never my thing. Just eating it like that, not my thing.
No.
But then I have the Ben and Jerry's,
right?
Which is like marshmallows and cookies and chocolate and caramel and ice cream, and it was like, what the fuck is this thing? Every bite was like 7 things.
Sure, that would be so much fun too if you got into that, making that stuff.
Oh, just exploring
and tasting and giving it to people.
Have you seen Conan O'Brien goes to Taco Bell and he goes to that where they taste things? No. And it's just people that are Taco Bell fans.
Oh, right, yeah.
And they're given a taco and they're supposed to rate it from 1 to 10. And it's like the Nacho Supreme and then this one has garlic on it. And then they're like, nah, not so much.
Yeah.
What a job.
I know.
Let's get it.
That's awesome.
With ice cream?
Being a food scientist, yeah.
Oh, fuck. But there's more behind that, you know. That's just 1% of the job is tasting it.
Right. And you probably have the shit you taste so bad.
Yeah. For sure. This is way too salty, man.
Yeah.
Don't put so much salt in the ice cream. But no, it's the fucking shit that like I had not a problem, but I had a thing when I was younger where when I would get drunk, I would go home and like think in some weird way that I was some sort of a chef. So I would put together things that don't go together at all. They should not go together.
Yeah.
Like a slice of ham and put like fries in it and eat it with mayonnaise on top. It's just like whatever. Yeah, who cares, right?
Dude, yeah.
And one night or one morning I woke up and my mom came in. She didn't know I was drinking at the time. I was probably 16, you know. She was like, is it your hot dog bun with lettuce in it in the middle? I was like, yeah. The cucumbers have just slid everywhere and it's just like juice everywhere. And I was like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah.
But I probably wanted it
also
so bad.
Also when you're baked too, you know, everything sounds like a good idea.
Everything. So dangerous here. Like going to Ralph's, looking around. It's like,
right. No, I usually eat and then go to Ralph's.
Good move. Yeah.
Because then I buy all.
Is Ralph's the closest here for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Trader Joe's.
Yeah, I love Trader Joe's.
Big fan.
Big fan.
But it's almost like too much of their shit is like pre-made stuff. It's like
I don't get that shit.
Yeah.
I just get the meat and the produce and the corn tortillas and shit, you know.
That's good.
Yeah.
Gotta stay fit in this town.
Yeah, for sure. I also eat just regularly really healthy.
Yeah.
Just always have. It's a Northern European thing.
Right.
Don't eat. I never drink soda. Ever.
Good.
And I don't eat shit, you know what I mean? Like, it's Friday tonight. If I go all out, I'll maybe order wings. It's still like chicken, you know?
Yeah.
And I'll have like a beer, you know? Something like that.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, Jonas, do you have anything you want to promote soon, brother? Is there anything coming up that you're excited about?
Good question. Yeah, check out Daughters of the Cult on Hulu. That'll be a good time.
Sweet.
Your boy plays a Amish murderer.
Oh.
So, been good times.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'll check that out.
Other than that, I think it's not much coming out. Just enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it one day at a time.
Can't do more. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, dude. I'm glad you came on.
For sure.
Definitely touched on some good shit.
Yeah, chat. You know, this reminds me of the podcast I love.
Yeah.
Before they even started, it's just like guys talking.
Just hanging.
And it's just like, don't take anything too serious.
Right.
It's kind of like, not to quote Joe Rogan, because I know there's stigma around it, but he's like, I'm a fucking ape. I'm nothing.
Yeah.
Just don't listen if you don't want to listen, or don't agree if you don't agree.
Yeah.
It's just how I think.
Don't take anything too seriously.
Yeah. I'm not here to promote all of the shit I said today.
Yeah.
And I'll re-listen and be like, oh, maybe I don't feel that strongly about it, but it sounds like I do.
Dude,
you know?
yeah. Half the shit I said last week, I don't stand by.
Right.
You know?
It's just chat.
Yeah.
It's just chat, you know?
Exactly.
Take it for what it is.
Right on. All right, brother. Well, thanks for coming down, man. Peace.